The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 491, being recorded on July the 7th, 2025. I am one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by my co-host from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief. Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hey, g'day, mate. How are you? I've been in Australia for the last 30 hours, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Gunny Porter Bridges,
Okay.
man.
Gunny Porter Bridges, is that your new name?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last 35 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, shit. Wow. Okay. Well, I have been doing the same shit for the last fucking week. But first, you can follow us on the X at _horrible gamers. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Rate us on Spotify. 5 stars are appreciated, but whatever. We don't care what you leave, as long as you leave a rating. Also, join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. Is a closed group. Anything you post in there stays in there. And like our page. And last but not least, the most important one, join our Discord. Discord link is in the show notes, so anything that goes on Discord stays in Discord, all right? We don't talk about Discord outside of Discord.
That's right.
All right?
We just tell you there is a Discord channel.
Rule number
That's about
11.
it. We don't tell you what happens in it.
So rule number 11 of the Discord is you don't talk about Discord outside the Discord. Discord. Yeah. Shout out to Phantom Egg for the intro music to the podcast and Broke for free for the outro music. Let's get to talking about video games, and all the shit we've been doing this week, Gunny. Gunny, it's been a hot week here in Oregon. It's been really hot the last week.
It's been like where I live at, like it's a little warmer than my old place. So I'm going to say 85, 89. It hasn't really reached like, I think barely 90 or even 100. So I was kind of surprised with the July 4th weekend, but yeah, hey, I mean, I'm excited. I had the last 4 days off. So for the week, so I've just been fucking gaming the last 4 days. So I'm happy, man. I just exciting times, with just getting that PS5 and no hesitation to pick up Death Stranding 2. So that was a good choice.
Yeah. So I have the next 2 days off. I didn't have no days off last week. I actually worked quite a bit of overtime last week, but I still got some gaming time in, and I was still able to get some gaming time in. And I am pretty far into, I wouldn't say far into Death Stranding 2, but I've been playing it, and I'm glad you picked it up because I have someone to discuss it with because Mayo didn't pick it up. And definitely I'm going to reach out to other people that I know that have picked it up in the Discord and in the community and whatnot. And maybe some Twitch streamers. We got to reach out to them.
Oh yeah,
and bring them on the podcast and discuss it because I have my opinions on the game and I have positive and negative opinions. To be honest,
I have
the game.
A piece, Jesus. I do have a piece I do want to read to you from. I just randomly saw it on Reddit and I thought, whoever put this article, not an article, but just like a post or whatever, I thought, man, that makes a lot of sense in some ways. And I've heard other criticisms as well. So I've got a couple little ones of my own, but mostly positive.
Yeah. But yeah, so Death Stranding is pretty much what I've been playing all week. I did try some other game. It was called Kaiser Punk. And Kaiser Punk, I had to refund it. It wasn't my game, honestly. I thought I would like it because it's touted as a city builder and military strategy game, kind of like 2-in-1, right? Kind of like Hearts of Iron or whatever. But so Kaiser Punk, I mean, I played 2 hours of it, and in the 2 hours, I was still in the second part of the tutorial. I mean, that's how long the tutorial was. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
To be like in the second part of a tutorial, 2 hours into the game. And the game is really, really slow, and it's really meticulous and very like very management heavy. I like managing games, but like sometimes they're just too tedious. And this game was like that, where like you had a city builder, you had to build roads, and the roads affected the speed of the vehicle. So if you have a dirt road, that's the slowest road that vehicles can drive on. And then you have from there you can upgrade to gravel. From gravel you upgrade to was it like stone or something like that? And then from there you upgrade to cement roads or whatever, and paved roads and shit. And so it's pretty much like a World War simulator where you are. It's set in like 19. I want to say 1917, 1916, or 1918, around there. Right when the First World War was kind of like at its peak, and pretty much it's stuck in that time era where you're in that time era of World War One, and the whole world has kind of fucking went to shit, and now everyone's kind of living in like city states, and you start a city state yourself. You and your group of soldier friends kind of like leave the military, and like I don't know if you desert the military or whatever, but you come back home and everything's destroyed, and pretty much you have to start a new country. So you rebuild your city and you're starting by scratch, and you have to set down like the types of there's different housing for the different types of workers in your city. There's like general factory workers, like general workers. Then there's like engineers that have to have like better housing and like nicer housing. There's tenement housing for like normal workers. There's like little shitty ass shack houses for the normal workers. Then there's like upgraded houses for like the engineers, and then there's like upgraded like apartment condos for the engineers like you can get later on. And then like at the same time you're doing all this, you're trying to keep your balance of workers and work going, right? So like you have all these factories you're opening up. You have to have the paper factory, the wood factory, the glue factory, the fabric factory, the cotton factory, the cotton fields. So you gotta like have a cotton field. Then from the cotton field, you gotta have a fucking cotton fucking producing facility, like a factory. And then you gotta have that facility makes the textiles, and then the textile has to be dyed. So you gotta have a dye factory, and from there you gotta have a clothing manufacturer. And from all that, that's how you get clothes. You know what I mean? And then from there, you got to have a market to sell the clothes. So you got to build all these different buildings. At the same time, you're fighting like a war around the world. You're trying to fight like other city states around you and dominate them and take them over to secure more, I want to say resources. So you're trying to secure like iron and steel and coal and oil and all that shit, because you need all that for your city, right? For your people to grow and prosper or whatever. You need all these resources. So you can either do it by diplomacy or war, or like domination through war. You can invade a nation and take over their country. So you can do military domination, diplomatic relationships with other people and trade with them, or the third one is like I want to say a technology victory, where you win, kind of like Civilization, where you win by having the best tech that everyone else. You know what I mean?
So is it like I think like that one isometrical view, and you're just unlocking other pieces of land?
Yes, but it's very slow. Even like, so there's 3 different speeds in the game. There's speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. You can put it on speed 3, which is the fastest, and even then, the game feels slow. It's like speed 3 would be like speed 2 in any other strategy game. Like, it's a very slow game. And I was trying to like fight, and I'm like after like the 2 hour mark, dude, like I was literally falling asleep sitting here because the music is pretty like chill and like piano music or whatever, just kind of playing, you know, and everything's kind of like moving around. You can see the people moving around the city and building shit and doing stuff, going to work and shit. But like, I was getting bored because it's like, build a water tower, build a water pump to pump more water to your city. Build a water tower to deliver the water to your city.
So like a Manor
Build
Lords,
another house.
You know that Manor Lords game? Is it like you got to watch them walk to work?
I've never played Manor Lords, so I couldn't describe it as Manor Lords. But it's just a very slow game, and like, I mean, it has pretty positive reviews. Some mixed a little bit during the first launch. During the launch of it, the reviews were very kind of like mixed, and some were kind of negative and critical of it. But now, since the latest patch that they had, which came out last week, the reviews have gone to positive because people said that they listened to the community and they've been doing positive changes. But it's not for me. And maybe the game is for some other people that really like heavy strategy managing games. But I mean, you gotta have like a lot of patience. Like you could probably watch a movie while playing this game. That's how slow it is,
right? Like not like a Final Fantasy, but like, hey, I'm 60 hours in and it's just getting to the fun part, you know? Where
yeah. Like now I have like the cool tech and like space flight and satellites and shit. Like, yeah, it's one of those games. It's not like Tropico where you can speed things up and get to the cool tech kind of quick. It's not like Frostpunk. It's not like even Civilization. It is a lot slower than those games. And even the fighting, like the war, like the military fighting takes a lot of toll on your people. Like when you're fighting a war, it's not just like any other military game or any other strategy game where you could just build units and build units and build units and send them out. Like, no, like this shit will like deplete your society. Like if you send too many armies out to attack a place, there's no one back at home because your people are all fighting. So like the people are like, hey man, there's no one back here like working. Like there's no one to stay back and work.
Send the women and children
in. Yeah. Yeah, so like you have no one back at home working, and sometimes immigration is too low because like there's a war going on around your borders, so nobody wants to immigrate to your nation because they're like, fuck that place is fucked up. It's a fucking war going on over there. I don't want to live there. You know what I mean? So like you're trying to like get people to move into your city, and you're also trying to expand your city state, and it's kind of like a balance. Like it's a very delicate and fine balance where you got to have enough resources, enough food, enough trade going on. And like I said, it's very, very management heavy where like, even when you have like a wood factory gunning, right? Like say I have like a forest log cutting area, right? Where these thing is providing wood
logging camp
to my city.
You got to have the logging camp and then you got to have the people that actually cut the wood and distribute the wood.
Yeah. So you have the logging camp, right? You have that, but then from the logging camp, you got to have the lumber mill to process the wood, and then from the lumber mill, you can process different types of wood. You can make planks, you can make logs, you can make whatever. You can make like different types of wood. You know what I mean? Like 2x4s and planks and fucking like processed wood and you know, refined wood and all kinds of different types of shit. And like, it's very, very management heavy. So
yeah,
it's on sale, I think, on the summer sale. It's $20, but I ended up refunding it because I was like, this is just not for me. It's just
you're kind of describing Manor Lords on steroids. Like that's what, yeah.
It could be. I don't know. I've never played Manor Lords, but this game is just not for me. And some people were complaining to Hearts of Iron.
Oh, but they were saying that Hearts of Iron is not strategy. I mean, not really. Kind of is, but I never really got to that part.
People were saying that Hearts of Iron is a little bit better because it's easier to understand, and easier to grasp everything. Where this game is even more intense than that. They're like saying like if you want to play a game like this, just play Hearts of Iron 4. Like you'll get what this game is trying to do, but in a better package, like more polished and more refined. Where this game feels like things are not there yet. It's out of early access. Yes, it's a full release, but it's not fully done. But I don't know. This last patch, people were saying like, "Oh, now it's great. Now it's amazing. Like this is the best game I've ever played. I put fucking 3,000 hours into this shit, and it released in May. I'm like, what the fuck? But some people were playing it in early access or whatever, so I get it.
Now, have you ever played Hearts of Iron?
No, I haven't.
You know, so it's weird. Every time I watch that game go on sale, it's always like $40, right? For like but then it's on sale twice a year, right? For like the winter or summer thing, and it's always like $8. I'm like, I should get it now, like, but I never do. I always end up buying something else because isn't Hearts of Iron have like 50 pieces of DLC or whatever, like, on the cheap?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's an old game, right? That's the thing. I don't know if I want to pick up an old game.
Yeah, and then I was gonna buy Civ 7, but I never did because I have a Civ 6, and I'm like, I already have the better one as far as all the reviews say.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stick to playing Civ 6. I'll give it another year to cook in the oven to see what they do with Civ 7. I mean, Civ 6 was fucking supported for like 5 years or more. Like they pumped out a lot of DLC for that game. A lot of it was free too, so I would just rather play that. Anyways, besides that, I've been playing Until We Die still on my Steam Deck, and that's that little side scroller game that you go left and right and you're trying to build up a base, and I still haven't beat it. Still keep dying at the last minute, or I die by a stupid mistake. It's kind of frustrating how I cannot beat it. And I'm playing on like normal mode. I'm like, this is not can't be that fucking hard. I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. So I gotta like really get into it again and strategize down what the fuck I'm doing wrong and kind of like get it out of the way. Because I want to beat it at least on normal mode once, so I can get to seasoned and then nightmare mode. And see if it unlocks other maps on the subway station. But yeah, besides that though, let's talk about the game we all want to talk about and we've all been playing, and that's Death Stranding 2. So Gunny, I'm about let me pull up my PlayStation now.
Yeah. So did you play today? Because when we got into a PlayStation party yesterday, I was actually ahead of you for like the first time ever. In any game, I was like, woohoo, I'm fucking actually ahead of Jesus on this one. I mean, you got more because you kind of went back to the first beginning area of Mexico. But yeah, even though I say in the video, Jesus, don't go leveling up shit in Mexico. And you were like, fuck you, cover on. I'm going to go do it anyway. And then I've just been in I mean, obviously we've both been in Australia, but yeah, you're right there where I'm at. I think we're both at the same spot.
Yeah, so I think we are. Or you're like maybe a little bit ahead of me. I'm 33 hours into the game. So I played a few more hours than I did last week. I think last week I was at 29 or 30 hours. So I played 3 more hours this week. And like I said, I've been doing just the Mexico stuff. I went back to Mexico, and like I told Mayo last week, I want to level up Mexico all the way. So I achieved that. I actually went to all the different locations in Mexico. I unlocked the Artist. I unlocked the Boca. So there's 2 more locations I unlocked. And I leveled everything up to level 5, and I got like some pretty cool gear out of it. I got level 2 assault rifles. I got lightweight assault rifles. I got level 2 blood grenades. I got some like you know how the what you call the people, the brigands and the mules, you know how they have those electric rod things that they throw at you and they hit you with?
Yeah, that's the brigands, right? Yeah, that is them.
They have those electric rods. Well, I have those now too, and I have like the one that's like a double-ended, like a double.
The regular enemies don't have the double-ended ones, right? They just have like the little lightning rod or whatever.
Yeah, like the tougher ones have the tougher ones have the double-ended ones, and I have that one now. Like that's the one you get for upgrading the Via Libre. That's the town you upgrade in Mexico with the Madre or whatever. That's what they call her, the La Madre. you upgrade that base all the way, and she gives you that she gives you like the level 1, then she gives you a level 2 one, then she gives you a level 3 one, And then every base, when you upgrade to the max level, will give you a hologram of like the people there or something else, right? So I got that, and I got the hologram of a
a base fully yet.
I've done a lot of them. So I done all the ones in Mexico. Like I said, I did all those, and I got some cool shit. I got the artist all the way up, and she like did some art that she posted on the little social network in the game. And then she's like, dude, thank you, Sam, you're the best. And she gave me like some colored dyes that I can like dye my clothes with or whatever, like change the color of my clothes. I think like pink and tan and orange and black and red and black and some other shit she gave me. And then when I went to Dead Man's laboratory, like the one that's like at the edge of Mexico, like towards like the gate, that one they gave me what the fuck did they give me? They gave me armor for my bicycle, like the little bike. They give you like an armor
the tri
upgrade
bike
for
or whatever
it.
it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, so they give you a piece of armor for that you can like equip on that to make it more durable. And they also give you like a Dead Man hologram, like a big ass hologram of Dead Man. And they give you some other shit. I forget what else they gave me. And then the other place gave me like a level 2 carrier, so my carrier can be more lightweight and carry more stuff. And what else? Some other bullshit. But the coolest things that I got out of there were the rifles, the assault rifles, the cool pistols. I got some really cool like silenced pistol, and I got like a heavy pistol. Like it's kind of like it's almost like a shotgun pistol. Like it shoots like these heavy rounds. It's like a big ass revolver. Like it's almost like a 357, but like the snub nose or whatever. It looks really cool. But it's kind of like a shotgun. So it like shoots like these heavy ass rounds.
Yeah, I think I got something like that. Yeah, but it's more of a grenade launcher and a pistol, right?
Yeah. Then I got the silence pistol or silence machine pistol.
Yeah.
It's like a machine gun, but it's like a pistol. It looks like a pistol. And then I got another machine pistol as well without a silencer on it. So I got some pretty cool upgrades out of that place in Mexico, out of Mexico in general. And then I went up north a little bit, and I got the first base in Australia upgraded all the way. And I'm kind of working on right now. I've been kind of working on the commander, which is like I want to say he's a little bit northwest.
The guy with the eye patch, right? He's got the eye patch, the commander. If I
no, he has a beanie on.
Oh, is he the Asian guy? The commander guy, right? He looks like he's Samoan or whatever. Asian, yeah. I don't know. No, I'm trying to remember all these different people in the game.
The commander's northwest or northeast of the government.
Yeah. The guy with the beanie looks like Zelensky, right?
Yeah, and then the governor. I've been doing that one too. The government space, and they've given me some cool upgrades. Like the last one they gave me was like a big ammo pack. They were like, "Hey, here you go. It's like a big ass ammo pack you put on your backpack."
Yeah, I've got one for shotgun and one for the regular assault rifle ammo.
Yeah, but they gave me one with like it was big, like it's huge, and it goes on your backpack. But I'm like, it takes too much space, so I'm using the other one.
Yeah, you can only put so much on there for some reason.
And then I have a bunch of other shit for my backpack. Like I have a solar generator on my backpack. I have an extra battery pack that's like a tiny battery pack. And I have some other upgrades for my backpack, like this thing that's like an anti-gravity device.
Yeah, that's the first thing I unlocked on there. That's a cool device.
Yeah,
I think it keeps you straight center.
And then so I got all my shit pretty much upgraded all the way. Like I got my level 3 skeleton on my guy. I got all kinds of shit upgraded. Been playing it quite a bit, and like now I kind of went up north to like I went past the animal shelter to the northwest observatory or whatever.
Yeah.
Or northeast observatory. And I've ended up doing the mission where you meet Mads Mikkelsen or whatever.
That's where I ended last night, was him.
Yeah, so you end up fighting him, and he's back. Spoilers, everyone, he's back from the first game, right? Because in the first game, he was kind of chasing you down. And from what I got in the first game was...
Well, I went past that. I was thinking of somebody else.
he was chasing you down in the first game because he wanted BB. He wanted to get BB from you. And I think at the end, if I remember the end of the cutscenes correctly, so I remember that I played that show when it came out a long time ago, right? 5 years ago, whatever, 4 years ago, 5 years, 6 years ago now. And if I remember, Mads Mikkelsen, he was BB's dad, I think. Like he was the dad of BB, and he tried to rescue his wife from the UCA facility because he knew that when they cut the baby out of the lady or whatever, when they're having these stillborn babies that can detect the BTs, I think he knew that they were gonna like comatose her and like put her like in a coma state and like she would be dead. So I think he was trying to get BB because he's like BB's dad or some shit.
We're talking about the guy with the mission that we both did yesterday where they were on the dirt bikes, the La Muerta in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy's chasing. The reason he's chasing you in the first game, if I remember the cutscenes correctly at the end of the game, and like, because at the end of the game, you're like in Desert Storm or something when he comes after you, and he's chasing you down with his soldier buddies. And so you start off in World War One, then you go to World War Two, then you go to Korean War, then you go to Vietnam, then you go to Desert Storm at the last one. And when you finally beat him in Desert Storm and you kill him or whatever, you kind of see a flashback of him, and it shows him at a UCA facility, and he's running through the UCA facility, and he's trying to shoot his way through it to get to his wife. And he gets to his wife, and he's trying to like hold her, and he's trying to get her out. He's trying to like get her the fuck out of that place because he's trying to rescue her, like, because he knows like, oh, these motherfuckers are gonna kill her. Like, they're gonna take my baby and they're gonna fucking kill my wife. Like, fuck that. I don't want them to kill her. So I think he knows that BB is his somehow, and he's coming back from the dead to like hunt down you because you have BB, and that's his kid. But you're like, who the fuck are you, dude? I don't know who you are. You know, like Sam is like, I don't know who the fuck you are, guy. Like, why you keep trying to fight me and shit, you know?
Yeah, like none of it's explained even in this game, right? Because when you meet him in Death Stranding 2, like it's like whatever they call him, the man of mystery or whatever. Like he's not mysterious, but you just don't know who he is. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, right?
But you do know who he is because from the first game you kind of find out who he is.
Yeah,
you find out, oh, this is this guy, and like the flashbacks that you're having, like, I know in this game, kind of a little bit spoilers here, but there's certain times where you're connecting BB to you, and you start having these flashbacks to the UCA facility, and you're seeing all these shootouts and things happen. Like, you're seeing the shootout happen, and like you're shooting at people, and you're running through the hallways, and you're holding a gun up against like doctors and soldiers that are chasing you down. That's that dude's visions.
Oh, is that what that is?
And BB can see those. Yeah, and BB can see those. Because BB is connected to the dead or whatever. Like,
I mean, I know the flashbacks.
He's connected to the beach.
Yeah, you don't really see.
And that's his
too many faces.
And that's that dude's perspective. Like, you're seeing his perspective of what happened at the UCA facility. Because all those are kind of from the first game too. Like, so you're kind of seeing all these flashbacks of like, oh fuck, like I'm shooting my way through a building, but you're like, I don't know what the fuck. But that's kind of what happened. So that's who that dude is. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I ended up fighting him. And but the one downside to this game, I will say, everything is too easy. I haven't had any difficulties. So what I'm gonna do tonight when I play again, I'm going to up the difficulty to a higher mode. To see if it poses more of a challenge to me. Because the first game, I legit remember, man, like being scared of the BTs. Like when I ran into the first BT I ever ran into, I was like, holy fuck, I gotta avoid this shit. And when I fought the first BT, it was hard. I legit lost a lot of gear. I had to fight that thing for like 30 minutes. It was fucking me up. All right, it was spawning like these lion BTs and like a whale BT, and it was spawning all kinds of shit like coming out of the fucking tar or whatever, and it fucked me up for like 20 something minutes. And
I've only died a few times myself, and I would say this, Jesus, like even like it'll just be like these random, I call them random because you don't know when they're going to happen, like where you'll come into an area, random boss fight, or I mean that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, there'll be a cutscene with some characters or whatever, but you're like, oh shit, am I prepared? Like, do I have weapons and grenades and stuff? But either way, I found out when you kind of do one of these first boss fights, it's not. I probably will describe this as a non-spoiler, but like there's just fucking tar everywhere, and there's buses and cars and shit, and like, I was just kind of like standing on, solid ground or whatever, or a bus, and trying to shoot the red part on the fucking enemy or whatever, this giant fucking BT. Shoot the tentacles, the red part. That's what blows it up. But then, like, if you continue to stand there, of course, the fucking BT is going to come for you. So you gotta get out of there, right? You got to move. So yeah, that was like the strategy, right? So even though I had a second event later on, hours later, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just keep moving, keep shooting. The parts I need to shoot, and then boom, it was too easy. Plus, and you notice also, Jesus, where they'll be like, fucking Sam from the underground will fucking come up and throw you like assault weapons and bombs and blood bags and stuff. For anybody listening, the blood bags are like your health, and like you can go and pick all that stuff up if you want to. So that's another thing, Jesus. So somebody else recommended on this Reddit thing that I was looking at was play offline. Like, don't be connected. And then, you don't, that's another something else you can do to, make the game a little more difficult, like a self-challenge. So, but let me read this real quick, Jesus. I was just looking at this and kind of give people a little bit of a better perspective. So this is from a user on Reddit who said, first of all, I love the first and second game part. Obviously the second game is more polished. At the beginning in Mexico, the game introduces how dangerous it is to go through the terrain. Storms, earthquakes that destroy half the mountainside. Water that comes quick and dangerous. Paths that can only be managed by planning your and taking advantage of your gear, ladders, and so on. As soon as you get to the second map, which he's talking about Australia, it becomes obsolete. No traversal difficulty, no cliff that say naturally you can only go afoot at this point, and you better have good gear with you. No, that's not the case. The vehicles can go anywhere without any major problems, and meanwhile, it's faster, safer, and the hard, funny part out of this game. I wish it would be more forced to prepare you to do the work to plan the route. I wish there was a real danger in the world. BTs, just drive through them, boost, and they can just stay behind. A wall that needs to be climbed, just use the good path for vehicles 20 meters to the left at every location. I love the game, but please don't make it so goddamn easy. And I know I could go afoot, but I hate to do self-challenges. I want the game to force me. I don't know what, now with this user, I don't know what difficulty he's playing on, but yeah, like I definitely see some of his points on there. And also I would say that there were some times, Jesus, there was maybe a couple of times where I think even the game was like a little, I don't want to say it's broken or whatever. Okay, so I'll come into an area, and then usually when a BT comes out, like you'll hear the storm crackling and the sky gets red or whatever. So on my PlayStation controller, right, it's the left bumper, right, left 2 or whatever, and then it kind of scans, and then you can kind of see the BTs out there. I forgot the type, right, but it's just the ones kind of floating in the air or whatever. But then there's been times, Jesus, where I'll be out on the truck or whatever. I'm just like, all right, well, fuck, they're around here somewhere. And then the BT will come out and kind of go on top of me and fucking pull me out of the truck. And then it just kills me. I'm like, what the hell? That's kind of weird, right? Like, so not exactly like super easy, right? I think you still have to, and I'm just playing on normal. So I think there still needs to be some, awareness of, all right, where's the BT? There's 2 in the area, because they will kill you. Like, if they just get on top of you, you can't get out of your vehicle. So, as far as like the mountainsides and everything else, yeah, I haven't. When's the last time you used a ladder, Jesus? Like in this one, I might, because you kind of unlock or get vehicles, because when you are online, you can just grab a vehicle from anybody's garage, right? And yeah, like I know you talked about it last week, Jesus. I haven't lost my shit in the water yet, but there's been a couple times where it's been really close. But yeah, like I don't use ladders. I just don't have to. So yeah, and the enemies can be fairly easy, right? I don't know. Yeah, so
no, I think that it's too easy. The first game, dude, I remember the first game so much. I had it legit every time I went to a new facility. I'm like, okay, how many hooks do I think I need? I might need 5 climbing hooks. I might need 6 ladders. I might need a fucking like 5 ropes, 6 ladders, and and I need like another extra pair of boots.
Yeah.
Because these are gonna wear out. I need my my repair spray. I need 3 guns. I need fucking BT grenades. And boom, load myself up. All right, I can't drive up there, so I'm gonna have to use a floating carrier. Now I'm carrying 2 floating carriers with a bunch of shit. Okay, let's tie these fuckers up together and let's go up this fucking mountain and figure it out. This game is like, well, just find the spot I could drive up there. Just drive around so you can find the spot you can force the vehicle to go up, and boom, you're there. And I thought when I got to that Rainbow Valley, I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's the more difficult traversal spots. It's not. It's not difficult. I've just been building roads, can kind of get anywhere pretty fucking quickly and easily, and there's no challenge. I feel like when it comes to traversing, yes, the areas are far apart from each other, and yeah, I can see how it would take a lot longer if they forced you to walk everywhere, like the first game. But still, like that was some of the beauty of the first game was when you got to a new area and you were the one putting down the ladder and climbing up a cliff and a mountain and using your rope to climb down the other side or whatever. And then you connected it and then you saw everyone else's shit pop up. You were like, oh, I could have gone that way. I could have gone this way. I could have done this. I could have done that. And this game doesn't have that, like that feeling of real success of like, yeah, I achieved getting here my way. Like I remember in the first game when you got to like the snowy mountains, like kind of like the Colorado Rockies or something, you got like these huge mountains with snow, like huge mountains.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah,
and I remember like that was a huge section of the game. It was these fucking huge mountains. You couldn't drive up them. You couldn't build roads on them. You had to be on foot. And I remember I took it upon myself to grab all my PCC builders and hike up these mountains. So I went to the bottom. I put up a zip line. I went to the top of the mountain. I hooked up that other zip line. I went across to the other mountain, hooked up another zip line. So like by the end of the game, I had like 30 zip line things built across this mountain range that I built, that I put up. That when the game told me, okay, now you need to go back to the beginning of the game, I wrote all these zip lines back, and I'm just thinking the whole time, like, thank God I put all these zip lines up, because I could not imagine how long it would have taken me to like hike all this shit. I
never thought of it.
But I remember hiking all that shit. And this game doesn't have that. It like even getting to this new observatory area, I kind of drove all the way there. I was just like, I guess I could just drive there, and I just drove there.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's funny now that I've played this game, Jesus, and I know you've talked about Death Stranding to death, no pun intended. But like, did you ever feel like you were playing a game within a game where you're like, I played fucking Climbing Simulator for so many hours, but obviously satisfying, But did you ever feel like that where you're like, I feel like I played 2 games almost? in the first one?
No, it's just no, because the first one was just good. It was just everything about it was well balanced. The difficulty, the achievement of reaching a location and getting there, and you're like, ah, fuck yeah, I made it here. I did this. Felt so good. And this one, it was just like it's whatever, dude. Like half the time I'm going somewhere, someone's already built a bridge over the river. I'm like, all right, I'll just drive my car over that.
Yeah, that's been my experience. That's been mine where I've been like, oh, cool. I think I was even telling you last night. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, I've just, kind of nice that I haven't really lost any cargo because somebody already put up bridges for me. Like, you kind of got to seek them out a little bit. Like, you can kind of, I think you can even pull up the fucking map, right? You can pull the map up. I think it kind of shows everything that other users have put on there. So, and if you don't, you can just kind of drive along the river or stream or whatever and like, okay, there's a bridge right there. Cool. So, but I mean, most things you can just kind of get across with a vehicle. Other things, yeah, you got to be careful. I almost lost my shit yesterday. I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot I'm not in a vehicle, right? So it's hold left and right trigger to try to get across and you're fucking like tipping over. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a challenge there, but
one thing that this game has that the other game didn't, that made the other game a little bit more special, was every time in the new game and the Death Stranding, the first one, every time you went to a new location, as you were traversing an area that was not connected to the Cairo network, it wasn't connected online, and you were going to connect the new area, right? So you enter the area and it said, beep, beep, you're now outside the Cairo network. And you were, as soon as that happened, you knew, okay, from here forward, I have no help. I have my gear on me, and whatever I have on me is what I'm going to have to use to get to that location. Now, I may have enough, or I may not have enough. I may find a ladder on the ground that I can use, or I may find a rope that I can use, but this is the gear that I have, and I hope I planned ahead enough to have enough gear to go forward. And that's what you did. You planned ahead. In this game, I have like ladders and ropes in my truck that I have had since Mexico because I don't have to use them ever. Like I don't ever have to use them ever. And every time in the first game when you ran into a BT, it was scary, dude. It was like everything got dark. It was like beep beep beep. The little thing would flash, and it would start flickering, and it would start going. The little lamp would start flickering really fast, and you're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And then like it legit would be scary to get caught by a BT. And this one is just like I'm chasing the BTs. I'm running after them. I'm like, where you motherfuckers at? I got grenades. I got guns. I'm gonna fuck you up. Like. I have no issue taking out 30 BTs because I have like 100 grenades in my truck. So I just keep going back to my truck, picking up more grenades if I run out, running back towards the BTs and fighting them. So like it's too easy. So I'm going to up the difficulty because like I said, and I'm also going to get rid of, because I got this perk where like it said you're more connected to the Strand network where you're more connected now, so like you'll see more people's stuff. And I think I'm gonna deactivate that perk because I don't want to see more people's
you could definitely
stuff.
go in and undo it. Yep, I saw that.
I want to see less people's stuff. The first game made it feel like a treat when you ran into like somebody's shit. You're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like you hit the like button and you upgrade their stuff. Or you repair their bridge, or you repair their zip line, or you repair whatever they built. The roads felt important in the first game, and this one is just like, oh, build these roads, okay, whatever. They're kind of like, okay, go back to the base, get more materials, come back, build the road. It's like not as satisfying, not as challenging, and I feel like that was the beauty of the first game. If the challenge was there, but when you achieved it, you felt like you just achieved some greatness. Like you're like, fuck, like I did this. I built these roads. I built these zip lines. I built these bridges. I built these fucking ladders across this fucking cliff face. I'm the one that did all this shit. Like I made this. That was the beauty of the first game. And I'm not feeling it in this one. And I'm thinking, like, maybe the game is better to be played offline completely so you don't have to deal with this bullshit. Or I'm thinking Hideo Kojima, they're going to patch this game.
And make it co-op.
And I know, they're going to patch this game and they're going to lower the stuff you see from the people around you.
Because it's a little intrusive where, okay, when you come out of a base, like how many fucking like things do you run into, Jesus, and your controller speakers going off like bling 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 bling, right? Like because everybody put all their shit holograms. Like all the holograms are just up, right? And you're like, you were affected by this, you were affected by that, and then every time like. And then when you come out, there's like 4 requests from needy fuckers, right? Yeah, you can go up and you can disable them. I mean, you have to hold down one of the buttons to do it, but it's like, geez, man, how much stuff do people need, But
well, the thing is, I unlocked that perk. I think that's the issue, that people are unlocking that perk because there's a perk that automatically lays down a marker. Like whenever you're out in the world, it'll lay down a marker for you and it'll say, hey, Jesus Walks Law needs weapons, or Jesus Walks Law needs gear, or Jesus Walks Law needs blood bags or grenades or whatever the fuck. It'll say like whatever, like I need supplies.
Yep.
And I unlocked that perk. I'm like, oh, it seems like a handy perk, right? Like maybe I'll need it later on in the game. I was like, I'm gonna unlock it to see what it does. And everywhere that I fucking went, it didn't matter if I was at a base or if I was near a BT area or near an enemy camp, anywhere in the fucking game where I was at, I was crossing the river, it would drop a thing. Jesus needs supplies. And then I'd be at a base and I start a mission. Jesus needs weapons.
Oh, that's
Jesus needs gear. Yeah. Jesus needs, and I'm like, I don't need this
that's
stuff.
That's right. Because I don't need it either, and it needs it. And I'm like, I never put that up. I'm like, I have 20 fucking assault rifles in my truck. I don't need weapons. Jesus needs weapons. I have like 100 blood grenades, bro. I don't need weapons. I could take out like probably, I could literally fight, I could probably fight like 90 BTs and take them all out right now because how much weapons I have in my truck. I don't need your fucking weapons. I don't need your materials. I don't need your gear. I don't need shit from you, motherfuckers. So I ended up disabling that perk because I'm like, same thing. It is annoying.
I'm like, I fucking hate this perk. I hate it. And that's the reason why you see all those things when you go to bases and stuff, or like you're driving around the world and you see these like, this person requests aid. This person requests weapons. This person requested gear. This person requests climbing gear. Like that's all just them, their perk putting it down for them automatically.
Yeah, there's like there's like some that are asking for tools a lot, and I'm like, I have not run across any fucking tools, so I don't know what you're talking about, man. I can't give you tools I don't have.
Tools are considered like ladders and climbing ropes. And I wasn't sure what that was. Like, PC,
I thought it would be like a
PCC and PCC structures. Those are all tools, but I don't like that perk, and that's where you see those things everywhere. So I'm thinking Hideo sees the reviews, he sees the criticisms of people saying this is a little too easy, and I think he's going to tone it down. I think he's going to go in there. I think they're going to patch it within the next week or two, probably I would say the next week or two, if not the next month. And they're going to go in and say, you know what, guys, we refined it a little bit. We made it a little bit more balanced and less easy for you guys, so you guys can enjoy a little bit of a challenge. I think he realizes like maybe I made this too easy for people. Like the first game was too hard for some people, and I get why it put off a lot of people, and a lot of people didn't like it. But this one is just like it's too easy, man. Like
you went too far. Thank you for baby mode being normal. I appreciate it. Gunny appreciates your baby mode.
Legitimately, legitimately, yes. You know what? They should do that. They should be like, you know what? We made it harder for the people playing on normal, but we're also introducing an easy mode to keep the same difficulty we have now if you want to continue playing at this difficulty. They should do that. They should be like, you know what? We made normal mode normal, and then we introduced an easy mode. If you like all the fucking shit being built for you already, and all these fucking signs and holograms everywhere, we got easy mode for you. But normal mode is going to go back to like Death Stranding 1, where as soon as you leave the Cairo network, you don't see shit built. You don't see timefall shelters. You don't see bridges. You don't see ladders that people put up. You don't see ropes that people put up. You see none of that. You only see that once you connect that next area to the Cairo network. And that's the way it should be. Because like I said, this game, even Brink was saying, it's just too easy. Like,
yeah.
Fighting these big bosses in the first game, man, you would fight these big motherfucking bosses like the size of a building, and it would legit take everything out of you, man. You'd be like fighting them for like fucking 20 minutes. You're trying to figure out their weak spots. You're trying to figure out what am I doing wrong, and you got all these these people popping up throwing like weapons at you, like, hey man, here's a rocket launcher, here's a grenade launcher, and you're like trying to pick them up, like, oh fuck. Yeah, that was the first game. This one is just like, well, here we go again. I gotta fight this stupid BT, or I gotta fight this thing, and a little too easy.
Yeah, so there's some good stuff to it. I mean, obviously the story is fucking superb. The characters are amazing, right? Every character in the game is like, from, like a voice actor, Troy Baker. I mean, obviously this is in the second game, and fucking I keep wanting to call him fucking Daryl Norman Reedus, right? Star of the show, and yeah, I was looking at it today, like just different characters. Ellie Fanning or whatever her name is, she plays Tomorrow. Yeah, there's so many different characters in here. They're all famous for something else, they're just well known. Yeah, Kojima
movie actors and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's fucking amazing, like all the different cool characters. And the cool thing about it, Jesus, you've said it before, now that I see it for myself, that everybody looks like their character. Like, I think even like fucking Tarman and fucking Rainy, right? It's just like, if you go to the internet, oh my god, that's how she actually looks. Like, Kojima didn't create some other random ass looking somebody with fucking red hair, when they have black hair and they're Caucasian white. No, it looks exactly like them. It is them. Like, that's pretty cool, right? Like, yeah,
it's really cool seeing all these people. Yeah, because and some of the cutscenes, I'm just impressed by the cutscenes in the game. Like, every time a cutscene starts to happen, I lock in, bro. I'm in the cutscene. I'm like, no one bother me. I'm watching this cutscene, and I'm just watching it, and I pay so much attention. I'm like locked into that shit. I love the cutscenes in these games. They could be long sometimes, but they're so fucking well done, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Like, when you meet Tomorrow, like when you find her, you're like, who the fuck is this girl? Why is she covered in tar? What the fuck is going on? Like, why is she in this thing? What are they doing to her? And you're like,
yeah,
you're watching, and you're like, what the fuck?
Hey, with Tomorrow, just, man, that was so badass, Jesus. I don't know, have you reached that point where you go to look for Tomorrow? No. Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but we were in the party chat yesterday, and I was like going, fuck, that's fucking sick. Like, and I was like, okay, he hasn't been here yet. Like, well, you've been there, but you haven't been there to see Tomorrow after she ran away. So I don't want to spoil it, but pretty fucking awesome to kind of see her. Yeah, like, just in combat, it's pretty amazing. The cutscene too was just epic. Yeah, it was so good. But I did have the
cutscene. Yeah. The cutscene where they introduced Mystery Man, that cutscene was dope as fuck. I'm like, this guy looks cool as shit. Like, he's a cool bad guy.
Yeah, like, that was cool. Like, when they're on the bikes, and it's like, they're like the fucking thunder and the fucking, they're showing like their skeleton faces, and yeah, like
the fireworks are going.
Oh, the fireworks are on my OLED TV. I've been playing on the OLED TV. Like, it just looks amazing. Yeah, all the fireworks and shit on there. So cool.
I was like, fuck yeah. I'm like, this is dope as fuck.
You know what I did, Jesus? You know how I've been playing? So I went ahead and switched it to graphics mode, which brings it down to 30, I believe. Even though if you've got a 60 TV, but I use the True Motion on the Sony Broad, so it kind of looks like it's. And I remember I did that with Assassin's Creed on the Xbox One X back in the day. But still, like it tricks your eyes, right? It makes you think that you're playing in like high frames when you're actually not. So, yeah. So that's what I've been. And the game looks even more amazing, right? Like when I was climbing that mountain, damn, fucking, they did an amazing job just on the graphics and how, like, I feel like I'm actually climbing a mountain. You know what I mean? Like, and it's cool. Like the thing that this game does, and I know the first game does it, where you'll meet a guy where he'll give you music, and like you'll have more music to play and in a playlist. So however you want to tailor it, right? You can play the music, and it's just like all this like soothing ass music where the game knows like, right, like where, hey, you've kind of plotted this course across this mountain or whatever, or you know, a long stretch of area where there's probably not going to be BTs. But if there is, the music will stop automatically, and it kind of pulls the camera out. It's kind of cool. Like, you know, especially if you're walking, I think it does it quite a bit. Or even if you're, it'll pull it out. The music starts playing. It's just a really cool experience, and I like how the game does that. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, yeah, it almost feels like you're in a cutscene, but no, you're actually walking or driving a vehicle. It's pretty neat how fucking they know like where you're going. You know, that's pretty neat. The other cool thing, Jesus, so speaking of combat, yeah, it's easy or whatever. And man, the enemies are alerted so quick. But I was able to kill half the enemies, Jesus, because I unlocked these like electrical gloves. It kind of reminds me of like Dead Rising, right? With the fucking electrical fucking boxing gloves or whatever. So like I kind of came in, and now I'm like, I was coming up behind dudes and holding my breath, and then like I would just fucking like grab them like by their kidneys or whatever and just execute them, you know, just watch them fucking like, just fucking convulse and stuff. It was pretty cool. That was like that rescue mission. I don't know if you did the rescue mission on the guy. So I think I went back. No, and I haven't gone back yet to see him again. But yeah, that was cool. Like I was like, the enemies, and then the other half, I think I got spotted, and then it was on, man. I just grenade launcher, boom, boom, boom. So pretty cool combat. You can do stealth, right? Like if you want to. So another awesome moment, Jesus, was where I thought, okay, the game's easy. I went to this place where I had to get. And you probably already did it, where you had to get like these nuclear components, like 2 of those, and then so basically 3 items, but they were like heavy items. So bring a truck, and I went in. The enemy spotted me, and of course they all fucking want to come running after you. So then I got around, and I'm like on top of this like, you know, broken down building, and there's a machine gun turret up there, and I'm like, okay, this will be like shooting fish in a barrel. So. And I think they were like, these weren't like the brigands, right? These were just regular enemies. So yeah, they can throw the rods at you or whatever. And they were kind of knocking me off the damn machine gun. And it wasn't not easy. Like this game does not make it easy for me to shoot down upon an enemy for some reason. So I was like, oh, they don't want to make it too fucking easy, right? So then I think I came around, I came downstairs, and was like, okay, I'll just kind of like pick them off from here. I think there was like 3 that were kind of shooting from a little bit of a distance, right? So the one guy fucking shot me. I lost my balance and I fucking fell, not super far, but it was just cool, like to watch the physics of fucking Sam just fucking fall and like boom, land on his side, and it's like fucking Lou's crying. Lou is BT for those listening. I don't know. Did they call him Lou in the first game, or did Sam name him at the end of the game?
Sam named him.
Okay, yeah. Like I won't spoil even the beginning of this game about Lou, right? So we won't call him BB. Yeah. Lou, that's what he's called in this game. And Lou was crying, and I was like, oh, soothe Lou, like you aggravated him, but I'm trying to fight the enemy. Same time, like
I never sue that fucker. I never sue them unless he completely goes red. Like
Yeah.
Like, unless he's completely red, I never sue them. I'm like, fuck you, Lou, motherfucker.
I think he was fine after I killed the enemy. It's like, oh, okay, he's already calmed down. He went back to take a nap.
But there's times where he turns all the way red. I've had that happen to me where I've fallen and like, I think one time I fell into like a river or some shit. I was carrying too much shit and I fell off a cliff. I don't know why I tried to go down the cliff. I knew I was going to fall, but I'm like, fuck it, let's go this way anyways. And I fell. And all my shit fell out. Literally, all my packages fell. Everything fell. I'm fucking rolling down this mountain into a river. Rolling to the river, and now I'm floating down the river. I'm trying to pick up my packages, and shit's floating down the river. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And he cried so much that he, like, turned into, like, it turned all the way red, the meter. And then he changed completely. Like, he changed. Or she. It's actually a girl. She changed completely. And I had to like soothe her to bring it back to like a normal state. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, that's kind of nasty and weird. Like, it's kind of creepy. What the fuck? But yeah, it was weird. But it said like, hey, Lou's all the way pissed off at you. Like, nothing you do right now, if like you won't be able to detect BTs. Like, if you run into a BT area, like we're not gonna show you the BTs at all. Like, you're just fucked. So I'm like, okay, I guess I have to sue Lou for fucking 4 minutes here, shaking my controller up and down. Fuck.
Hey, and I guess there's like I was watching a YouTube video. There's an option where you can go in the game where you can actually change it to one of the buttons, I think. So you don't have to like.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I thought about doing that. Like, I don't know, just, yeah. Now, how often do you do that, right? Like, I do it every so often when I'm at I'll just call it a safe house, right? It could be on the Magellan. And I'll be like, let me check it on Lou. I just haven't checked it on Lou in a while. Like, how, even though fucking Lou's going out with you, right? Like, you're not on Lou, but, yeah. So, yeah, but overall, Jesus, I'm fucking loving it. I just had a hard time putting this thing down last night. There's just so many, always some surprise around the corner, you know? Always an adventure, always somewhere to go, something to deliver. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm gonna definitely want to. So yeah, I think it even shows that I'm over 50%. So I don't know if that means of the game or if they're talking about just kind of like getting the chiral network back up in Australia. If that's what, yeah, I think it's like story progression is what they're saying. So yeah, halfway over it. So
I'm gonna have to increase the difficulty, man. Like I said, I like the game. I still love it, but there is criticisms that I have, and like those are my main criticisms. It's too easy. It hasn't really posed a challenge to me, and I want that challenge that I had in the first game, where I had to legit plan almost every trip. I'm like planning ahead of time. Like, okay, like what if I run into a BT over here? What am I gonna do? Like, okay, how many packages do I have? Okay, do I stick him in a carrier or do I put him in a car? I'm like, no, I gotta go on foot first. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. So it was a lot of planning in the first one, which I liked. And this one, it's just like, load everything in my truck. Let's go. Let's just go. Everything goes in the truck.
Yeah.
And I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Bye. And then I just drive off and drive into the fucking mountain and I somehow always make it.
Yeah. Like you can kind of see it from when you pull up the map. For anybody listening, like, yeah, when you play this game, like you'll pull the map up and like you can, I don't know, you learn it pretty quick, like where, like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think I can go this way. It's not like it kind of shows the crevice and how you can get through or whatever. Like, and then it's even easier, right? When you're kind of out there and like you said, like there's one way to go, right? Like that's the way the game knows you're going to go. Yeah, you could definitely drive your vehicle off fucking cliff or whatever and get all fucked up if you want. But yeah, you're not going to do that, right? You're just going to, drive it the way you need to. So, but trying to think, Jesus, that the animal shelter or whatever, I don't know if I can get my vehicle there or not. I probably could.
Oh, I can. Super easy. I built the road all the way to it, kind of.
Well, yeah, okay, I guess. I haven't built any roads. I finally just unlocked like the
I
large
built
bridge or
all the
whatever.
roads. That's like the first thing I'm doing. I'm building all the roads. I'm like, everything I see with the road thing to build, I'm like, I go over there, I deposit my crystals, I deposit any metals I have, and then I deposit as much ceramic as I have. And then if I run out, I'll keep in mind, okay, how much ceramic do I need for this one? I need 500 ceramics left. So I go to the next base. I upgrade it a little bit, and then I steal all the ceramics from that base and go back there and build it.
Yeah,
Boom.
I did get the mine up and running, and I think I did upgrade it twice. So I've got all the minerals coming in from the mine. I think it goes to one of the F1 or wherever base that it actually goes to. So it kind of automatically does it as well. So I do have a lot of resources coming in.
So and then I also unlocked this perk that auto drives your car. So you just get on the middle of the road, you go to full speed, and it sets autopilot on, and the car drives itself, and you just sit there, and the car stays on the road the whole time. Battery's fully charged. You're just chilling on the road, even though you're driving through a BT area. You never get attacked because you're on the road, and you're just driving. That makes the game so fucking easy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is too easy. Like I made this too easy on myself. I said I gotta increase the difficulty, man, because and then the other thing in the first game, I remember distinctly, dude, like running out of battery, like in the mountains and shit. I'd be up there in my fucking big ass truck in the mountains off-roading, trying to get up a cliff or some shit, and my shit would die. It would be like beep 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 beep. You're out of battery, and I'm like, oh fuck. Fucking shit, I'd be so mad. Or like I'd have to carry an extra PCC with me to build a fucking generator right there, you know. And this one, no matter where I go, there's always a generator. Like someone's already built one.
Right? Or isn't that the one that zaps it to 130% or something like that?
Yeah, those things are everywhere. I have not had a moment where I ran out of battery. Besides that very first beginning of the game where I didn't have generators and I ran my truck into the river. I ran out of battery then, but that was just my stupid ass not charging the truck, thinking I could make it across this thing, and I didn't. But other than that, if you pay attention to the map and keep scanning, you will always find a generator. Always. Within like 100 meters, maybe less, you will find a generator. Like it's fucking like right there. You're like, oh, that's so close. I could just drive there, charge real quick, and keep going. Drive here, charge real quick, keep going. I've never had an issue where I ran out of battery. In the first game, fuck, dude, you ran out of battery, you were screwed. Especially if you ran out of battery with your exoskeleton, because then like all of a sudden you can only carry half the shit you were carrying, and you're like, oh fuck, what do I leave behind? Oh shit, you gotta like sit there and think, well, I need the packages to deliver. I could only carry so many guns. I got to take off the stupid exoskeleton. I gotta carry this, and this. And it would like you lose half your shit because you would die. You had no battery left in your suit or whatever. And this one is like, whatever. You always have battery.
Yeah,
you can always sprint.
You do unlock that thing that you can carry behind you. It kind of hovers. Like, I have not used that once. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but just in case, I've been taking it with me every so often. And a matter of fact, I've even unlocked the level 2 on it. I'm like, okay, well, like a vehicle to use.
Yeah.
So because there's so many other vehicles like you grab and go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that, Jesus. I will do the same thing. I'm going to disable that perk or whatever, so I just see less of it. Or
hopefully less. You still see a lot, but man, like I said, they got to patch that. They made it too easy. I get what he was doing. He was probably getting more people to play the game and try to see his story.
You think so? Right? Like where people. That was probably a major criticism. Like, your game's too hard. It's not even baby mode.
It's too hard, Kojima. You need to make it easier for us to understand. And I think he probably was like, okay, I want more people to experience this shit. And it's just too easy. And they need to make it harder.
Yeah.
But I look forward to playing more of it, honestly. I I fucking love it. Like I said, I bought the controller. I got it right here, Gunny.
Nice.
The Bridges controller. I got everything set up. I'm good to go. Like I want to play more of it, but
and that's another thing. I'm glad that I did buy the PlayStation controller, the PS5 controller. What, like maybe like 6 months ago? Thinking, I can use this for Steam stuff or whatever. Play Returnal and Spider-Man or something. So, because damn, Jesus, like as I've been playing this game, it's like your battery's getting low, like low. It's going to turn off or whatever. Boom! I just switch it out because I've got the PlayStation charger. So yeah, like that's awesome. I could just keep switching out controllers. You got to worry about it.
One thing I do notice in this game is that the controller lasts forever. I don't know what it is about this game, but the controller for me, they last forever. Like they never die. Like they'll get low after like a long gaming. I'm talking like a whole day of gaming on it, maybe. Like it takes a long time.
Well, I've had 4 days off, so I've already had it happen 2 or 3 times. So
it's probably because you've been playing it all fucking day long.
Okay, and then there's times, obviously, I gotta eat, I gotta do other shit or whatever. But yeah, I guess it's not like an Xbox controller where that thing automatically turns off after whatever 10 minutes or 30 minutes of not using it. Where I noticed PlayStation controller doesn't do that; it constantly stays on.
You can set the timer. There's a timer setting on your console where you go in and you can set it to be like after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, or after an hour, it turns off. And I think by default it's set to like 15 minutes, maybe. So
I don't know. It seems to stay on for quite a while. Maybe because I'm in a game, right?
Go in the, well, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, you need to go in there and change the setting. You can change it to like turn off after 5 minutes of not use, or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or an hour. I think there's like 4 settings.
Okay.
But you can have different or like one that never turns it off. It's just like never turn off. Like you just leave it on forever. Like
I did have to go in and change the settings on the console. You know what setting I went in and changed was, I think it was like the PlayStation, where how it connects to the TV, and I forgot the reason I even did it, because I don't know, it was doing something right when I first got it. Even though I've got a Sony TV, like people said, oh, just turn that feature off, right? Because you can turn the fucking TV on with your remote, right? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So then I think I changed the setting on the TV, or excuse me, on the PlayStation itself. Like I feel like that thing was like turning off too soon, like of no use or whatever. I think that was like, it felt like 15, 20 minutes. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. The PlayStation was turning off, Jesus. So I was like, I got a default broken unit, and people just said, yeah, don't do the link or whatever. Like it's kind of default to where it links up with your TV. So I was like, oh, okay. I think when your TV kind of goes dim or whatever, like my Sony Bravia goes dim, I think the PlayStation 5 was thinking, oh, your TV's off or whatever. I think that's what it was. So now I have no issues with it. So since I disabled all that stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the difficulty. Like I said, maybe the difficulty thing is just prior knowledge. I already know what to use and how to use the equipment and what I need to use. And I played the first game, so I got knowledge of the BTs and how to take them out. I know to use the blood grenades. I know how to do all that. So like maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just know too much from the first game that made this game easier. I don't know.
No, it's easy, Jesus. It's easy because I'm, like I said, no, because you figure I need baby mode, right? Like a lot of times, I'm definitely finding it easy, and especially, where, like I said, I keep seeing, bridges and generators and fucking post boxes or whatever they're calling, the mule box or something, right? Where you can, I never take anything out. I usually take what I have with me. Everything's close enough. I haven't ran out of batteries yet in my vehicles, or, I did. So in that second boss fight that I was talking about with the fucking like boss BT or whatever. So I kind of treated it like a Borderlands thing, right? Like, don't just stand there. You got to keep moving, right? Move, shoot. And
Oh yeah.
Like, and I kept doing it and fucking run where you can run and fucking, shoot. And then it was like after that fight, I don't know if it was just part of the cutscene or whatever, but fucking he was ready to just fucking pass out. Like, I think my battery was like all down. Like, I had to literally rest before, going on to complete the mission or whatever. Like, after I beat the boss, of course. So, yeah, to go to the next thing. I was like, what the hell? He's fucking ready to pass out. What's happening? So, yeah. But I think I upgraded that, whatever, on the backpack or something, like an extra battery. So I assume that's for your exoskeleton or just you in general. So, and yeah, I like the little thing like at the bottom, like you can tell, like, oh, go get your boots or whatever, your combat boots. So, but since I'm in a vehicle most of the time anyway, I don't really, not too much on foot. So, anyway, but yeah, that's that, guys. For Death Stranding 2. So,
yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna be talking about this next week probably again, and yeah, probably for the next few weeks till I beat it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
sure.
I love the game and I'm playing the hell out of it. I know that Brink is super into it. I'm into it. You're into it. Everyone that I talk to that pretty much likes it, and they've been into it. So yeah, and I've seen some of my PlayStation friends playing it. So yeah,
I do have a recommendation for those on Audible. So I just was like, right as I picked up the game, I was like, I wonder if because for anything, right? Like, you can find anything on Audible, like whether it's a podcast or a book. But anyway, so if you have a subscription and it's called Audible Plus, right? Which comes with even your 1 credit. I do the 2 credits a month. And so let's see here. So then, yeah, there's 2 books in here, Death Stranding 1, Death Stranding 2. And I'm just going to kind of go to the details here of who the actual writer was. It's from Hitori Nojima and narrated by Branson Pinchot. So he's a pretty popular voice actor. So he does a lot of audiobooks. And yeah, so that's even the first one came out in 2021 when the first game came out. And yeah, these are actually included. And the second one actually came out just recently here. So yeah, and this one's almost it's 9 hours. So I'm gonna hold off. Obviously, I've already listened to the first book, and it kind of gets you caught up. I don't know. I feel like it's like it's almost a different. I don't want to say a different take or whatever, but obviously it's in an audio. It's just the one right where it's very dramatic or whatever. So yeah, I feel like that is even a companion to a video on YouTube about the story so far from Death Stranding 1. So I kind of getting 2 different perspectives here. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Other than that, Jesus, I did play. I did just before coming on. I was going to hold off on it, but I didn't purchase it, obviously. But Stellar Blade, the demo. So there's a demo now that it's actually on PC and is it on Xbox? No, I think it's just on Steam and PlayStation, obviously. So it was an exclusive over there on the PS5. But yeah, it's funny. I just played the demo here because I didn't play Death Stranding 2 today over in the living room. So, but damn, the game's fucking brutal. Playing as Evie, she's got everything's just kind of super tight on her. Obviously, this is that kind of game, and yeah, great combat and great curves. I'll say that. So, yeah, yeah, man, and just some other action stuff. Real quick note, Jesus, I did pick up. I don't know when I'll ever get a chance to, but I feel like I clear some time, to where I'm not playing anything else. Just like Death Stranding 2 is Final Fantasy 17, right? Was that? I think you and Mayo both picked that up on PlayStation, I believe, back when it first came out. Yeah, 17, right? Yeah. So I did pick that up on Steam sale. So I got that in a few.
Oh, good game.
Yeah. So I played that demo. It's like almost an hour long or whatever. Pretty fucking awesome. And I was like, I need to buy it. But I just never bought it on. Yeah, till now. Like it's actually got a good sale on it. It was probably like $30 or something. Oh. Yeah, I'll be hopefully playing that one here in the next couple of weeks after Death Stranding 2. That's gonna be my next AAA game.
Damn. All right.
That's it for me as far as games.
Well, I guess it's news time.
The news.
All right. Moving on to some news, Gunny. Despite rumors and reports that pointed to the contrary, Romero Games is in fact still kicking. It says here the team is still in touch and go, though, because they were forced to reassess the staffing of the studio. Romero Games was founded by industry veterans John and Brenda Romero, was deep in development on its latest game when their publisher suddenly pulled funding from their project last week, causing the game to be canceled, Gunny, and casting a shadow on the future of the Galway-based team. In a statement shared to Romero Games' social media pages on July 7th, the studio clarified that a lot of the questions surrounding its future an unfortunate cancellation. In short, the post claims that the team's project did lose funding last week, putting the team in a difficult spot. Due to the nature of the deal, Romero Games could not reveal the publisher that pulled their funding, but as news of layoffs and similar cancellations across several Xbox studios continued to trickle out last week, it was largely believed to be Microsoft. Romero Games' post suggests that some may infer the publisher's identity from public information. In a spot of good news, however, they state that interested parties have reached out to Romero Games in order to potentially bring the game across the finish line. Crucially, it also makes clear that Romero Games is still open and that the team was even in the studio as recently as July 7th to discuss the next steps. Romero Games was established in 2015 and has released a number of games since its inception, including the mods Sigil and its sequel Sigil 2, which serve as unofficial continuations for Doom. The foundational FPS, which John Romero helped create during his time at id Software. The team most recently developed Empire of Sin, a strategy game set in the Prohibition era and published by Paradox Interactive. And they were working on a new FPS before Microsoft similarly ended the game's development. Last week, Microsoft executed another round of mass layoffs, culminating in the closure of the initiative and the cancellation of projects like Perfect Dark and the new MMO from the team behind The Elder Scrolls Online. The cuts are believed to target about 9,000 employees across Microsoft's portfolio. And a lot of teams working under the Xbox banner, like the Forza Motorsport developer Turn 10, were heavily impacted by these layoffs. So I wonder what they were working on, and I wonder what's going to happen to them. I mean, if they lost their funding, that sucks.
Yeah, and I'm curious if what if, okay, so whatever game they were working on, like, I wonder if that was under the direction of Xbox, Microsoft, because
I wonder.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to navigate through if they said, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a big publisher, Jesus, besides, I don't know, let's just go EA or something. I hope, I don't know, like, because I would think that EA would come along and go, well, we can't publish a game that's fucking, that's got Microsoft's hands all over it or whatever. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I explain this? Like,
I don't think so. I think it was being made by them. They were just getting money from the company, maybe to put it on Game Pass or whatever. I don't fucking know, but they obviously don't have enough money now to continue publishing it or making it. So I think they need to find a new publisher to hopefully get it going again. And maybe we'll see 2K step up, or maybe we'll see THQ or EA,
Tencent,
or Ubisoft, or Tencent.
Yeah, somebody with big dollars, big pockets, deep pockets.
Or what's the one from PUBG? Is it Bluehole or whatever, or some shit.
Yeah,
like
I forgot
that.
the parent company for them.
Yeah, maybe we'll see one of them step up and do it. I mean, you won't see ZeniMax or Activision doing it because
They've been
they're not
gobbled up.
publishers.
Yeah, they've been gobbled by Microsoft.
They own. They're now owned by Microsoft. So yeah,
crazy. And then,
but anyways,
no, I just want to add it into it, Jesus, because it's not actually part of the news. Was that Turn 10 that because there were articles that came out over the last couple of days where it is just a former shell of itself at this point. So really, they're just there, just like a skeleton crew working on helping with Forza Horizon. So yeah. So really,
why would you do that?
So they're dead.
To such a good studio.
Yeah, I do not know why. I'm trying to think.
That studio released nothing but 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Some of the best looking racing games out there in the world. Some of the funnest racing games out there in the world. And yet you're going to gut them. What the fuck is Microsoft thinking? I have no idea, dude.
I think what they're thinking is, I don't know. It's hard to say, between. I know that those two companies, when Microsoft purchased them, of course, I was praising Microsoft. Oh, that's cool. Two, amazing racing companies in the UK. That's cool. This is awesome. It's under that umbrella or whatever. Yay, they'll be on. I think it was even before I even knew it would be a Game Pass thing or whatever. It was still that's cool. We continue to see these games that that are fucking amazing or whatever. I know the original Forza, I knew we were only getting those every other year or every. And what was cool, Jesus, with the original Forza, they even released it during COVID, I think, right? And that was kind of a cool thing, right? Where I was that might have came out. I don't know if that did come out with the Series S and X or whatever. Maybe it was before that, but it was during the times of COVID, and I was okay, this is when they went. Oh, Horizon, right? Obviously, came out during that time, but yeah, Horizon 4 or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of taking it all in with all the mass layoffs and studio closures and whatever. So I don't know why they're canceling some projects or whatever. So I don't know what the hell Phil Spencer's thinking or Sarah Bond. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Well, speaking of Forza, former Forza developer says the original series is now dead due to Microsoft cuts, but the Horizon series lives on. First reported by Eurogamer, former Forza content coordinator Brad Russell has stated on Facebook that Forza Motorsport has been effectively killed by Microsoft's most recent wave of mass layoffs, but that the Horizon spin-off series will continue. Russell left Forza developer Turn 10 in 2016, but appears to have contacts still inside of the company. He said, Turn 10 Studios has shuttered the Forza Motorsport space, and the team is no more, he wrote on Facebook. A very sad day for one of the best car racing video games. I love my time there. In a response to a comment asking if Turn 10 would cease making games altogether, he responded that Forza Horizon will continue at this point. So yeah.
But aren't they? Isn't that the game they're busy making Fable, right?
Well, yeah. But I guess once they're done with Fable, they'll shift all their focus back to Forza Horizon, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to see State of Decay 3, Jesus. I don't think I'm just kind of. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever see State of Decay 3. So
I think that studio is next. I think they're next.
Yeah, because how long has it been?
Are we going to start?
9 years?
Are we going to start placing bets on which studio Microsoft is going to close next? Oh fuck! I think they're next.
Everybody's updating their resume over there, I'm sure. All these different studios.
I would be.
Yeah,
I would be. I would leave before they fire me. I would be like, "Fuck you guys! I'm going to work for EA or some shit. Go make some shit over at EA or fucking. I'm gonna go work for PlayStation. They're probably making Naughty Dog's probably making The Last of Us 3 or some shit. Fuck you guys. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm working for PlayStation now. Yeah.
Hey, Jesus, can we?
Anyways,
I was going to say, can we?
If you,
yeah, go ahead.
What?
I was just going to say, can we kind of go into the since we're talking about Microsoft, and it's kind of one of the articles I put in there about the Arcane Studios founder calling Game Pass unsustainable. So
we get these all the time. We got these last week, and people were saying that.
Read it last week from that lady.
Well, okay, I guess I'll read this. Whatever. Microsoft Game Pass subscription services across the PC and blah blah blah. It's unsustainable and damaging. That's according to Arcane Studios founder Rafael Colantonio. That's a weird ass name. Colantonio.
Orale.
Probably Spaniard or some shit. Who shared his thoughts on the elephant in the room following last week's layoffs at Microsoft. That elephant is Game Pass. He said, I think Game Pass is an unsustainable model that has been increasingly damaging the industry for a decade, subsidized by Microsoft's infinite money. But at some point, reality has to hit. Colantonio, whose work included Dishonored and Prey, also said, I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They will either kill everyone else or they will give up. Colantonio's observations were spotted by Larian's director of publishing, Michael Dowse, who said the most vocal concern from within his own network was, what happens when all that money runs out? Dowse said this was one of the main economic reasons people I know haven't shifted to that business model. They state the infinite money thing has never made any sense. And in response to Colantonio, said he agreed with Dowse, adding, he said, I'm fed up with all the bullshit they feed us at first, like, don't worry, it doesn't impact the sales, only to admit years later that it actually does. The duo spoke about the cannibalization of sales, with Dowse stating that he recognized that for smaller teams with new or riskier titles, that getting their game onto Game Pass does help minimize a certain level of risk. However, he personally favors Sony's life cycle management way of doing things. Yeah, the only way Game Pass can coexist without hurting everyone is for the back catalog. In a separate exchange following the initial post, Colantonio said he could appreciate why gamers like Microsoft's subscription model. He calls it a great deal for consumers. However, the maths don't work for Game Pass. It's only because Microsoft is injecting billions of dollars into it that makes it a good deal for the players, but only for now. The Arcane Studios founder closed by saying, but that's only my opinion. I'm respectful. Be respectful.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of with them, because if Microsoft did not have the infinite money they do have, which he is right, they pretty much have infinite money right now, right? Like they're like $1 trillion company almost.
Going for $3 trillion.
That's infinite money, dude. I mean, they could lose fucking $1 trillion and still be fine. I mean, like, you have infinite money to pump into it, but it's obvious that even Xbox and Microsoft themselves are realizing this is unsustainable. Or else they wouldn't have laid off 18,000 people this year or whatever the fuck. If they laid off,
I think it was a big number in the last. Let's just say, I think it's the last.
In the last half a year, since January. In January they laid off like 6,000 people or 3,000 people. This month they laid off 9,000 people. A few months ago they laid off 1,500 people. It's like up to like 15,000 people they've fucking laid off, and what? Like, for what?
But that's been
for what?
Yeah. Okay, but
what's the point of buying all these studios if you're gonna just fucking lay everyone off?
Yeah.
What's the point of going to a studio and saying, "Hey, we're gonna buy you out. Hey, don't worry about it. Sign the contract. We'll offer you. Hey, Gunny, we'll offer you $50 million. Just sign the contract. Oh no, don't worry about your game. We'll let you follow your vision. You'll be fine. Only for later on for them to say, you know what? Nah, I know we told you, Gunny, that Gunny's truck simulator was going to be fine, and we told you can publish it on Game Pass. But like the sales aren't there, man. So we're gonna have to shut your shit down. Sorry, Gunny, you're fired. We shut your studio down, and you're fucked. Fuck your studio. Gunny's studio is dead. We shut you down because we don't care. We don't give a fuck. Like, that's kind of bullshit, dude. You know what I mean? You come in promising like everything to these studios, saying, "Oh, you're safe. Look at how much money we have. We're a $1 trillion company. We'll take care of you. We'll protect your workers. We'll protect their jobs." Only to fucking turn around a year or 2 or 5 years later, 4 years later, to say, "You know what? At the end of the day, fuck you guys. You're all fired. Fuck all of you. Yeah, we might take some of the better guys and put them on another game that they probably don't want to work on because that's not what they were working on originally. You know, yeah, we know you don't want to work on Gears of War. We know you don't want to work on Halo. But if you want a job, you're going to have to work on that game." And that's why their games aren't as good as other fucking studios like Sony's. Because they force people to work on games to keep their job, Gunny. They force people to work on games they don't want to work on. If you have people doing a job they don't want to fucking do, guess what, Gunny? They're not going to do the job as good, or they're going to do the job half-assed, not perform as good as the other workers, or as good as they would if they were in a position they would enjoy doing. And that just applies to every job out there, to your job, Gunny. If you didn't like delivering shit and driving a fucking truck around, you would suck at your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would. You would be like a shitty driver, shitty delivery times, breaking shit all the time, being a bad driver. You would suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know.
It applies to studios.
I disagree with you because I think we still. I know you're going to think I'm stupid or whatever, but I just don't think we know like whether this Game Pass thing is like bad for the industry. I'm just not convinced from this guy at Arcane Studios. The lady who's the former original whatever worked on the original Xbox, like she hates Windows. She claims she hates Windows, right? She's like, "Oh, a great company to work for, but I fucking hate Windows. The day I left, I installed Linux on everything because I hate Windows." You know, like okay, a little biased maybe, but and I'm not trying to defend Microsoft, you know, laying off 9,000 people recently or 14,000 this year. A lot of companies have laid off people. Sony's laid off people. But definitely like I just don't know if Game Pass is the culprit for like not getting a State of Decay 3 or what's the other Japanese studio that Microsoft bought and then they shut that fucking thing down. Like I was like, what the hell? Like that was a good game. Like I thought it was a good game. It was a good little indie game. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Microsoft's the problem, right? Maybe not Game Pass, right? Like maybe the corporate shills up there are, the ones that are just calling the shots. And yeah, like, I don't know. I just don't think it's Game Pass that's the issue. And I only say because we still see, I don't think we would have ever gotten a PlayStation Plus if it wasn't for Game Pass, right? Like, I really don't. I don't think we would have gotten like a Ubisoft, subscription. Well, that was there before, but maybe it wasn't like the premium one or whatever. Hey, don't buy the games, guys. Just come and whatever, pay $30 a month and get everything. Everything's included. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Game that standard for other companies. Yeah, I just don't think we know yet. I really don't. Even though it's only been 6 years or whatever. Like I don't know. Let it be a warning, I guess, to any other company that wants to join the fucking Microsoft family, right? Like they should know by now before. Coming in and doing stuff like that. Double Fine, there's another great example, right? Yeah, and they've even said, like the CEO from Double Fine, the CEO from Peter Hines from fucking Bethesda or whatever, ZeniMax, right? They were like they got sick and tired of like just constantly on the road to try and find money the next game. Like they were like, if we just join Microsoft or whatever, But I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, right? Best thing for gamers, right? For them to join the Microsoft. I don't know. So, but I don't know. You still see things from Sega, and you'll get Rockstar putting on, even though GTA 5 is old at this point, and they're always putting it on Game Pass, and So I don't know. I just don't think it's this evil thing or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm sure. I don't know where we're at this point. Even if it's unsustainable, I don't think it's like putting them in deep red or anything, right? Otherwise, they'd shut that fucking thing down tomorrow. I really do. They'd be like, it's done, it's over, just like everything else we've kind of fucking, canceled or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. I think these are just employees that are just pissed off. They got let go, they got laid off or whatever, So, yeah. Yeah, and going back, Jesus, Bobby Kotick from Activision, he said it at the hearing. Game Pass is no. He goes, no way would I ever join Game Pass, right? It was not part of their business model. They ever put, Call of Duty is like a hard no. It would never, ran Activision, right? Clearly said it. It was, how would they just wouldn't make the money, right? Like it just wouldn't happen. So, and he said any other game, it's never going to go on. So, yeah, it's just not part of their model, but it's part of Microsoft's, right? I mean, it's part of Xbox's, thing. So, I don't know. I just don't think it's that terrible, right? So, or, I don't think we're going to know about it for another 10 years. So, to say, yeah, that was a good thing, or, it was something that, yeah, we should have never done. So, that's the thing, Jesus, where with Game Pass and the fact that Xbox is kind of definitely going like this third party route, and they're going with who am I thinking of? The ROG Ally, right? Like what's the company name on that one? So Asus, right? Like, how is that going to go? Especially when things start getting closer to the day and date of games like, hey, the next Halo or whatever. Obviously we know, we're sure, Gears of War, it's going to be day one on PlayStation, right? Like, well, what does that do to Game Pass, I wonder? So, I don't know. We'll find out, all right, as time goes on. So, they're just making all kinds of fucking weird choices lately, and shitty ones laying people off, So, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's part of Game Pass. I just don't. So, don't think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I think they're realizing that their games aren't working. What they're doing isn't working, and they need to trim the fat and figure out what the fuck is going on, because it's obvious it's not the gaming industry that's failing. People are saying, "Oh, the gaming crash is gonna crash. The game industry is crashing because of all these layoffs." No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. The gaming is stronger than it's ever been in terms of financial status and like widespread, like how many people game. It's wider and more popular than it's ever been, right? Nintendo is doing fine. You don't see Nintendo struggling. You don't really see Sony struggling as much. Yeah, they've had some blunders with Concord, and Bungie's kind of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Marathon, and they've had a few like, okay, we're canceling all these live service games that we thought we were gonna make, and I think they're smart because they caught real quick, like, oh shit, this isn't gonna work. This whole idea of making fucking 20 live service games in 2 years, it ain't gonna work. We gotta cut back on this shit.
That was more speak, right? That was what that was.
And that was smart of them to do that, because they're like, okay, fuck it, we release Helldivers and like one more game and we're good. Like, live service games don't work, but the game industry isn't crashing. It's Microsoft realizing we bought all these studios. Half of them, I don't even know what they're working on. The other half that we're working on shit have released games that are subpar, like games that like
Redfall.
They were considered AA and AAA games, but they are not making AA or AAA money, or even hitting our critical reviews that we would expect from a Bethesda AAA game. I'm looking at you, Starfield. All right. they're not hitting the critical acclaim that they would expect from this, something like that. So they're like wondering what the fuck is going on. Even Indiana Jones, the game that was legit really good. It was honestly decent and fun, well made, polished game. But how many people talked about it besides us and a few other outlets and people, some people that played it, and the PlayStation people were talking about it? No one gave a fuck about Indiana Jones. That game was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Can you say that game? I cannot say that game was bad, but did it receive the critical acclaim that it should have? Hell no. Hell to the fuck no. It did not receive any critical acclaim. Really.
No, it wasn't. It was no Spider-Man. That's for sure.
Exactly. It was no. There, you hit it on the nail on the head, Gunny. It was no Spider-Man. Where Spider-Man, you have motherfuckers on Xbox petitioning Sony to release Spider-Man on Xbox, and Sony's like, yeah, no fucking way we're doing that. No one on PlayStation was petitioning Microsoft to release Indiana Jones on PlayStation. They didn't even give a fuck.
It's on
They're
there.
Like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that did come out for PS5.
It is on there. Yes, it's on there, Gunny, but that's not because the people on PlayStation were begging Microsoft, please, Microsoft, please, Phil, please, please release, please release.
Yeah.
Please release this game on the PlayStation. Please put Indiana Jones on our console. No one gave a fuck. No one asked for Forza to be on PlayStation.
That's true.
No one asked for Gears of War to be on PlayStation because nobody fucking cares. Because you know why? Because the PlayStation people have plenty of shit themselves to play that is pretty fucking good. They don't need to worry about what the Xbox people are playing. Meanwhile, the Xbox people are all worried about, The Last of Us. Oh, I wish we had Spider-Man. I wish we had a good storytelling game like The Last of Us. I wish we had a good game like Uncharted. We got Tomb Raider. Well, I guess that's as good as Uncharted.
Hey, we don't need Ghost of Tsushima, Jesus. We got Assassin's Creed Shadows over here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like saying, Mom, can we please stop at McDonald's? I want a Happy Meal. And she's like, no, we got food at home. It's like,
yeah.
Fuck, I guess.
Yeah, you're like, bland food. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Fucking stupid fucking beans and rice.
Open crackers again. Like we're a bunch of fucking poor children.
God damn it. I wanted a fucking Happy Meal with a toy in it. And I got fucking beans and rice.
Yeah, I'll be posting that on my social media page, okay?
Yeah, fuck this shit, Mom. I don't want this shit. Yeah, exactly. I got a little chicken. I wanted McDonald's chicken nuggets, and I got a little dinosaur-shaped microwave chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
All right? Okay?
Hey, those are actually pretty good with ketchup, okay?
I wanted motherfucking McNuggets, not no fucking dino nugget fucking shit. All right? That's kind of what this is. Nobody wants Microsoft shit. And like, they're just not, I don't know what the fuck. Like I said, they got to trim the fat. They got to realize what they're doing. They're doing something wrong. And I don't know if it's all this inclusivity bullshit or what the fuck they're doing wrong. Obviously, Ubisoft has been affected by it. And I think Ubisoft is going down because of the whole inclusivity bullshit and their whole fucking wokeness agenda. Fuck being woke, dude. Be real and be unique. Don't be fucking woke. Be yourself. Be unique. Be real. And just make shit that's fun. Don't worry about a political agenda. Don't worry about being a right-leaning game or a left-leaning game or offending the black community or offending the Hispanic community or offending the gay community or offending whatever fucking community is out there. You don't give a fuck. Nobody, like, if you don't give a fuck, if you just dedicate yourself to a decent fucking game and don't worry about another bullshit, you will release an okay game that's fun. And people will never even question the other shit. They won't even question it. You know what I mean? I'm not questioning the Death Stranding. Oh, what does Hideo mean by this, Gunny?
What?
Why does this?
There was something in there.
There was something. Why does this lady cause rain? This is about global warming. What is this about? I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
They were a little offensive in the beginning of the game, actually. Yeah. So I actually laughed. I thought it was funny when it was okay. I'm trying to think of who it was. It might have been the president, not the president of Bridges, right? Not the president of States, or that guy. So then, damn, was it him? Okay, so yeah, when he says, or fucking somebody says it, and they go, "Yeah, Sam. So you know what happened when the what is it called? The portal, whatever, right? Like, okay, so the portal, the bridge, whatever you want to call it, and they were, when they were explaining how, Australia and Mexico are connected. Anyway, so then he was like, yeah, so what happened after you put the portal there, right, in Mexico? And then I think whoever was saying like, yeah, you know what happened? White people came out, and I was like. Like, what the fuck are they talking? What the hell are they saying? Like, yeah, and then it was like they were not Mexican. What are you saying? That Mexican people are not white? Like, what's up with that? There's white Mexican people. There's wetos, okay?
There is a lot of white Mexican people. My ex-father-in-law looked like a white man. He legit has like blonde hair, green eyes, and light skin. Like people, like if you look at him, you think he's an old white man. People at the store would be in line, like waiting. We'd be at the grocery store. People would be like, "Oh, nice sunny day out, huh?" And he'd be like, "What the fuck? I don't speak English." The fuck are you
I know a few white people that speak super good Spanish. Yeah, they're
like, what the fuck?
But yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah. Like I was like, okay, that's a little offensive, Kojima. Okay, you put that in there. Non-white. What the hell, bro? They're not indigenous, is what you're saying. You should have said that instead. Yeah.
In other news, move on to more news here. If you had been planning to play Call of Duty World War II, all right, from 2017, maybe do not do that, Cunny, for the moment, because certain versions of Call of Duty World War II may randomly show you pornography, send you insulting notepad messages, and at worst, fill your computer with ransomware.
Ouch.
Activision have taken the Xbox PC version of the World War shooter offline amid social media reports of a remote code execution exploit, or RCE. This has been a vulnerability that lets hacker meddle with the game's code from afar using the developer's own programming language. Says here, World War II players have been posting screenshots and footage of peculiar sights and sounds during recent gunshooting expeditions. One message references lawyers who were involved in an Activision lawsuit against German companies selling cheat codes for Call of Duty games. Activision have yet to confirm or deny that these disruptions are due to an RCE, stating only that they've yanked the game's online mode while they address an issue. It says here, Call of Duty World War II was recently released on Microsoft PC Game Pass service, so the apparent hack is precisely timed, and the game is still available via Steam and Battle.net. It's unclear whether those versions are affected, but yeah.
Wait, where did they say it was affected at? Like on what launcher?
The online PC.
Yeah,
just on PC they said.
Okay, because I was thinking like, I don't know if obviously, but yeah, I'll take the porn, but if it's good porn, but not the other bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like depends on who it's from. I'll take some messages or whatever. So yeah, but no, like I mean, I've gone back to use this. Like I think I played it on the Xbox One or whatever. Or fuck, it could have even been a series at one point where it's like, oh, you can play the old Call of Duty, and I think my son was with me at the time, and then goes, oh yeah, dude. He goes, Dad, I used to really like playing this game. My friends back in the day, and it was already it was just like a couple cheaters in there just right off the bat, So I'm like, oh yeah, they don't fucking update this shit. They just kind of keep it crappy, So
yeah. In other news, a petition to preserve video games access recently achieved an important milestone of 1 million signatures, but it has 2 more challenges to overcome before reaching their final level. The Stop Killing Games movement reached 1 million votes earlier this month, meaning the EU will have to consider adopting legislation addressing that issue. However, the petition first has to deal with the potentially fake signatures and resistance from major game studios and publishers. The Stop Killing Games initiative, created by Ross Scott, aims to pass a new laws to ensure that video games still run even when developer support ends. The petition was a direct response to Ubisoft's delisted the crew from their online stores, and they shut down the game servers in 2024 and revoked the licenses from players who already had bought the game. Scott and other critics felt Ubisoft's actions have set a dangerous precedent for gamers who may lose access to their purchased games at a developer's whim. Even though there are enough signatures to move to the next step, Scott explained in a YouTube video that many of these have been incorrectly filled out, while others have been falsely submitted. The movement's founder said this is not a change.org petition, this is a government process, adding that spoofing signatures on it is a crime. To ensure that enough legitimate signatures are collected, Scott said that there needs to be at least 10% more to cover the potentially invalid ones. As of July 6th, the petition has earned more than 1.2 million signatures. Beyond the signatures, a European advocacy group that includes major gaming studios and publishers like Electronic Arts, Microsoft, and Nintendo released a statement opposing this movement. They said, quote, "Private servers are not always a viable alternative option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would not exist and will leave right holders liable," the statement read. In addition, many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail the developer choice by making these video games prohibitively expensive to create. Says here in a long report, the VGE Video Games Europe Group said the initiative would raise the cost and risk of developing such games and create such a chilling effect on game design and act as a disincentive to make such games available in Europe. God, they're full of shit, dude. They're just being fucking cheap. These motherfuckers. Yeah, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
All right, one more news here, Gunny. More news. Oh, we got a lot of news today. More news today. In Richmond, Virginia, that's right. The future of education is here, and teachers, including Virginia Commonwealth University social work professor Adrienne Baldwin White, are taking full advantage of tech through video games. That's now her most powerful training tool for a sexual violence education. She said, "There's something about video games that makes information memorable. And also, because this is a population that uses video games, they'd much rather be on their computer than face-to-face. The innovative teacher is revolutionizing her students' learning experience with his unorthodox approach. She programmed the browser-based game on herself after years of researching gender-based violence on college campuses and beyond." Says here, according to her research, about 40% of students experience dating violence, while roughly 25% of college women and 7% of men experience sexual violence or assault. She said, "I realized that nobody was really paying attention to this population, or at least seeing them as vulnerable. They're also the population with the highest rates of mental illness. So if you compound the risk of violence with the already high risk of mental illness, we really need to focus a lot of our attention and resources on that population." Says here, the video game is played solo and accessed via a browser. It introduces students to real-life scenarios from interactive experience. The educator hopes the students will feel empowered to do the right thing. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I mean, the headline is like comical, but no. I mean, after you read the article, it's like, yeah, good education.
Nice.
through a video game.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, like browser based. It's not some violent video game. It's actually just there for education. I like it. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? Then trying
more teachers should do
kids
that.
want to be on their phone, right? Even these college kids.
Yeah, use video games to teach people. Yeah. In other news, the Final Fantasy IX remake project may have been canceled. According to a known gaming industry leader who cited his sources familiar with the game, the leaker's statement came on the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX, as Square Enix marked the occasion with the video and various pieces of new merchandise that players can pre-order. Final Fantasy IX was first launched on the PlayStation on July 7th of the year 2000, nearly 4 months after the PS2 hit store shelves in Japan. As the last mainline Final Fantasy title of Sony's first console, Final Fantasy IX took the series back to its medieval fantasy roots with a colorful cast of characters like Zidane, Vivi, and Freya, and a tale regarded by fans as one of the franchise's most memorable. Ahead of Final Fantasy IX's 25th anniversary date, Square Enix posted various pieces of artwork by original character designer Toshiyuki Itahana that included the game's main cast posing at notable locations like the Lifa Tree and Tantalus Theater stage. Though all rumors must be taken with a pinch of salt, a credible leaker stated ahead of Final Fantasy's 9th anniversary date that a remake may not happen after all. According to a Reset Era post by known leaker Nate the Hate, Final Fantasy IX remake project could be in trouble. Nate the Hate said, quote, "As of last check, it remains in development, to my knowledge, but I need to do a fresh check and see what the more current status is, as I did hear a month or so ago that it was in trouble and possibly canceled." Nate the Hate added that it was the only source that claimed the Final Fantasy IX remake was canned, and said he needed to verify further to see if the information was correct, or if Final Fantasy IX's remake is still being worked on. Although the Final Fantasy IX remake was first reported in the notorious GeForce Now leak of 2021, no further information has ever been revealed about the project. So they never released a trailer, never made an announcement, never acknowledged it. So yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Nathan Hate's got, like, he's well known. I know he's got connections, but yeah, it doesn't sound like it's in anything, right? Doesn't tell me it is or isn't. So I'm going to say it's still happening. Okay. And it's a Final Fantasy game, right? People are going to buy it. So a lot of fans, you know.
In other news, with last week's Xbox's layoff still fresh in everybody's minds, there's been plenty of debate over the past few days about why they happen and what needs to be done to ensure they're not repeated on such a large scale again. In the Windows Central report about this a few days ago, it was mentioned that sources have placed the blame on Microsoft CFO Amy Hood, with Windows Central editor Jess Corden mentioning that Hood's unrealistic fiscal expectations on Microsoft's subsequent divisions have created a culture of fear and doubt. Corden mentioned this again on social media, highlighting that unrealistic financial requirement. It says here, he put on Twitter, he said, "Microsoft CFO Amy Hood has given Xbox an utterly unrealistic financial requirement that is going to continue to hurt the division. This is not over." However, The Verge editor Tom Warren advised that he doesn't think it's an unrealistic financial requirement, pointing out that because of acquiring Activision Blizzard and a Game Pass gamble that hasn't paid off yet is ultimately just the reality of Xbox business these days. So he went back and forth with Jess Corden. Says here, he said he replied to this saying, "I don't think it's unrealistic. It's just the reality of Xbox business after the ABK acquisition. Without that deal, Xbox revenue would be down at this moment, and the Game Pass gamble has not paid off yet." And someone replied, "It hasn't paid off yet because they decided to give up the console race before even trying. How else are they expecting to grow outside of the PC?" And he said, "Well, they tried with the Series S, and they missed an important generation with the Xbox One and digital libraries, and Game Pass was supposed to counter that. Mix that with the game output struggles like Halo Infinite, Starfield, and etc., it's just hard to justify the existing model. And this other person replied, well, the Xbox business itself is down without ABK because they gave up. It's almost like porting all your software to competitors negatively impacts your own console business. Wow, who would have guessed? Don't need to be a CEO or CFO to see that play out. And then Tom Warren replied, Xbox revenue was down before they even made that decision.
Yeah.
Whether that may be the case, Windows Central also mentions their sentiment among Microsoft staff that many of the layoffs revolve around a broadening shift towards AI, and a concern that Microsoft could be losing the AI race. Is that actually the reason behind it? Who knows? But we do know that Microsoft is making a big push towards AI right now, so it's understandable that employees and former employees would put two and two together. Microsoft hasn't said anything publicly about these layoffs at the moment. So all we can do is speculate and
Yeah, that I mean, every time I don't watch it too much, but MSNBC or whatever, to kind of keep up with the economy stuff, investments, or not that I have any. I don't have any money. But Satya Nadella, I usually click on it. Like, yeah, because they did spend $1 billion in 2019 on OpenAI. Spend money. So yeah, this is back even in 2024. Right? Like, not only in OpenAI, but whatever on their own shit. So yeah, and of course we've always done articles. They plan on putting AI in video games. It's going to happen. Like, it's a good thing. It's good for the consumers, right? It's going to have, it's going to be in. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, like, even who fucking knows? Like, what's the if they're just what they're doing over there with layoffs. Sure, we'll hear about it in the next several months. Yeah. So hopefully nobody else loses their jobs. Yeah, crazy. Oh Jesus, I got one here. It's just been something I've been seeing, like, off and on. I don't think it's anything. I think this is something that comes up every single. But so this is regarding, like, the PlayStation 6, right? Like, I don't know, that was this thing or whatever, when it just keeps popping up when Microsoft announced that the ROG Ally Xbox branded one, not an actual console, but you know how when one company keeps talking about the future console, we got, or Sarah Bond, we're making hardware. Jeez, we're making real hardware, and we got a third party, handheld device, blah blah. And then I don't know where this shit comes from, but, like, because I remember it even happened with, like, even the Kinect way back in the day, like, and then Sony kind of gets up there. It's like, we're making a PlayStation 6. Like, no kidding. No shit. We know you are. So, but yeah, I think this is more like some of the, like, just this, but I'll just go in and read this article from, I think it was even here in Game Rant. So, leaks and rumors about Sony's upcoming PlayStation 6 have been swirling for a little while. But recently, a few things have started to take shape. One of the most recent updates about the future of game. Some details have emerged that the PS6 may not be as some have suspected, and even could arrive a year or two later, which it is. All right. Am I right, Jesus? Like, it's not even going to get announced it's not even coming out until 2028. That's just the cycle. That's how it works. So I don't know. The article goes on, but one of the things I think of, Jesus, is with Microsoft, as we get closer to this, like, hey, we're making this third party branded device, or, we're working with them closely. So it kind of makes people think that, like, there might not be, a new Xbox, like one that's made in something. So I wonder if this is just kind of Sony kind of getting out there saying, hey, you know what? We're still making consoles. And what's his name? Mark Cerny, I think. He was out there like, hell yeah, man, we're going to have some amazing stuff in our PlayStation 6. So I think it's just more promotions and saying, we're not killing the console. We're going to keep going with it. So I think that's all that is really. So just kind of assure the followers and everybody that there is a PlayStation 6 in progress. So, and it's coming. Probably won't be out for 4 years, but we are making one. So I thought it was a good kind of comeback.
It's no surprise. It's whatever. They're both making new consoles. Another news I have, former PlayStation boss Shuhei Yoshida said that, back in the PS4 era, he said that pretty much ballooning budgets was the thing. Like AAA budgets, sometimes exceeding $200 million, meant that publishers chose to greenlight a smaller number of games. And that's partly because they said selling 1 million copies meant the game was a huge hit back in the PS1. But by the time the PS5 rolled around, you have to sell 10 million copies. And that was a normal number for AAA games. And he says, I saw some analysis or estimate of one of the same franchise released during the PS4 era and PS5 era generation that doubled the budget and that has reached the point that we could not recoup this investment. So in this generation, the PS5 generation, I think is the first time that the industry really truly believes that, there has to be something that has to be done. And that's why all these layoffs and shit are happening, because it's like these budgets are getting out of hand. People are asking too much money for these games.
Yeah.
They're spending too much money to make them, and we don't make enough money back. So there's that. And other news.
But real quick, about, the fact that you just kind of want to add in there that games, well, I guess you could say going forward for like a AAA game, $80, right? Presumably. So just another, cost of things.
In other news, Microsoft's claim regarding Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass being profitable does not include costs associated with their first-party games, according to a new report. Christopher Dring, the editor-in-chief and co-founder of the game business, took to Twitter, or X, to respond to a conversation on whether Xbox Game Pass is profitable with some interesting findings. According to what he has learned directly from Microsoft, costs associated with the company's game subscription business is fees paid to third parties, marketing, service costs. By that measure, it is indeed profitable. However, Dring mentioned that Microsoft does not count their lost revenue that Xbox first-party studios are seeing as a result of Game Pass. He believes that if first-party studios received similar compensation, it may not be correct to say that the subscription service is profitable. Upon seeking clarification in this regard from Microsoft, he was told that no first-party costs are included in the assessment of Xbox's Game Pass's profitability, and that some would argue that this metric is a questionable way to indicate profitability, especially if given how the company recently laid off many of their Xbox employees and canceled multiple projects. Last year, Skill-Up associate Edmund Tran had the opportunity to interview a series of anonymous game developers, and the overall takeaway regarding Xbox was the Game Pass has resulted in a behavioral shift that has led to very few sales on the platform. The general sentiment among developers is that the existence of Xbox Game Pass has created a new vicious cycle. One such developer released an award-winning title on the Xbox more than 2 years ago after initially releasing on other platforms, and then mentioned that their game sales on Xbox have been the weakest ever out of all platforms. They said, it's a bit like trying to sell a DVD to someone who uses Netflix. Sure, people still do that from time to time, but you're not targeting the right audience, they said. So people are saying, like, hey, man, like, Game Pass may not be the best for everyone. And it's obviously some developers feel that way, like it's kind of crazy that they don't include the cost of their first party studios in this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yet call it profitable based on subscriptions and their marketing and their third-party deals and all that other shit. They're like, oh yeah, we're making tons of money on Game Pass. Yeah, you are, but how much money did you spend on your own studios, like Activision and shit, to be making Call of Duty, and Bethesda to be making the next fucking Elder Scrolls, and
right, yeah,
and Playground Games to be making Fable? Like, how much is it costing these guys to make these games? They're not counting that as a loss.
So, you're onto something there, Jesus, where that's when they're kind of looking at that. And I'm sure there's lots, I've said this, and back, Sarah, fucking Phil, and what's his name? Matt Booty, right? Like, I'm sure from Bethesda, and they're probably going, look, I'm sure it happened even when they first signed the fucking dotted line to become part of the Microsoft or Xbox family, right? When they're like, hey, look, like, how's this going to work if so many people are on the Game Pass? Like, where does that kind of leave us as a studio and our budgets and our profits, right? Like, yeah, like, I guess you could say, because that would, obviously, like, it's a company as a whole thing, but like, hey, like, where does that kind of leave us? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're going to put it on Steam, of course, but we really want to put this on the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure they're out PlayStation. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of that is kind of where that's even coming from, So otherwise they would have never agreed to come on board, like, especially even Bethesda and some of the other smaller companies they picked up along the way. So, right? So then I think that's what we're seeing, right? Like that, even though Phil and Sarah and them are not exactly saying, damn, we want to get to day one on fucking PlayStation, because we've already done it with Steam without anybody noticing. Right? Like, that's been a thing for the last 5 fucking years, or longer, there's day one on Steam, so that's where they're headed. What's going to happen? But I don't know. I sound like a broken record on that, thing, but yeah.
I have one piece of news for you. That's another piece of news about Game Pass. God, Game Pass seems to be the thing.
Everybody's
this week,
attacking
right?
it like it's a bad, terrible thing. I don't know.
Let me tell you something, Gunny. An increasing amount of developers are echoing former PlayStation boss Jim Ryan and his views on PS Plus and Xbox Game Pass. Ryan was once criticized for suggesting that the Game Pass model was unsustainable, but following the recent layoffs at Microsoft that severely gutted the Xbox division, veteran developers are now speaking out against Game Pass. The conversation was kicked off by industry veteran and Arcane Studios founder Rafael Colantonio in a response to the Xbox layoffs. And yeah, he's pretty much saying that, like, yeah, he says that Game Pass is an unsustainable model that has been increasingly damaging the industry for a decade, subsidized by Microsoft's infinite money, blah, blah, blah. In their response, Baldur's Gate 3 studio, Larry and Michael Dowse agreed. And he said the infinite money thing never made any sense. And then, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty much what we read on the other article.
But you see, Jim Ryan from the former PlayStation said something like, well,
yeah,
he did. He did even in the beginning, right? When he was in charge.
Yeah, he said it wasn't.
If you remember,
he's like, no, you. He said it's unsustainable. Remember, he said, like, we can't do this. You can't put AAA games day one on a fucking subscription model. It's not going to work. People won't buy your games. Yeah, that's what he kept telling people. Right. He's like, people will not buy The Last of Us or Spider-Man or God of War. If we were to put these fucking games in our PlayStation Plus library, people are not buying this shit. Now, if we give them a demo for 3 hours, yes, they might still buy it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They actually may have more reason to buy it, because when they reach the 3 hours, they'll be invested. They'll feel like oh, I've invested 3 hours of my life into this shit. I like it. And now I want to buy it. You know what I mean? And that was his point. He was trying to say, like, yes, if you let someone try something out and they like it, they're more willing to give you money once they try it out. Kind of like when you go buy a car, right? You don't just show up and buy the car. You test drive the motherfucker first. And that's how you realize, oh, you like this car. You know what I mean? I fucking like this shit. Like, I want this fucking car. I fucking like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. I like the way it drives. I like the features. I like what it has in it. I'm buying this motherfucker, right? You don't just show up and buy the car, Gunny, do you? I mean, I guess some people do.
If you're Carvana, I don't know. If you're doing a Carvana deal.
I guess Carvana is like Game
I've never done that, but I've heard of people doing the Carvana thing where the car just shows up at your house. And then
my sister did that. My sister bought a car on Carvana once.
How did that work out? I wonder.
It worked. She liked it.
Yeah.
She bought a Honda Civic Type R or some shit on Carvana, and then she wrecked it like a year later. But she bought it on Carvana. I don't.
Yeah, but I get your point. I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just more.
Yeah, people are.
It's a subscription
right now
service.
on Reddit and recent era. People are arguing about Game Pass, whether it's worth it, whether it's killing the industry, whether it's hurting Microsoft. I don't know, man. I like Game Pass as a consumer. It is great for us as consumers. Maybe not so great for people as developers and publishers. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know either. I still go back to that damn like of Bethesda. Shit. There's like several other studios that came on after, right? Like I understand that guy from Arcane. Like he probably had no choice, right? Like he's just fuck. Yeah. I'm part of the fucking family of Bethesda, ZeniMax, and I got to say yes and come on over, right? I got to do it. So, and but it was probably up to Peter Hines and the board, right? Of whoever runs the board over there. Like, yeah, we're joining Microsoft. We're all getting basically a payout of $8 billion each. So we don't give a fuck. We don't play games. Fuck off. Go have fun over with Satya Nadella. Right? Like, yeah, I'm sure that's how it went down, right? Like we're out of here. We're going to go. Yeah, we don't want to come to work every day anyway, so.
Yeah, fuck you, Microsoft.
We're rich. We don't give a shit. Yeah, give it to Microsoft. Give us a bunch of shares. We don't care. We just want to sit home and drink tea all day. I don't care. I don't know. Like, yeah, we'll find out. I don't know. It'll be whether it's bad for the industry or not. I don't know. Look at Netflix, man. They're doing good, aren't they? Like they've been around for the last 20 years. I don't know if that's a good comparison or anything. Not exactly. They don't exactly pick up companies, so wrong analogy.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in a lot of debt, man. Netflix is in a lot of debt. No, I'm looking at their.
Yeah, I don't know how they've been doing lately.
Their total debt is $15 billion.
What's their revenue like?
According to their financial reports, their latest current earnings was $40.17 billion last year. The company made an earning of $10 billion US, increase over 2023. And the earnings of that were $7 billion.
Yeah, I think they own like a couple mining companies too, so I think that's part of it. I think that
maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that revenue that the earnings numbers include that.
But I mean, their share price is pretty high right now. Like, think about it right now, Gunny. If you would have bought a Netflix share in 2015 at, let's see here, at $25, that same share would be worth $552 today.
Damn, that's really good. Yeah,
that's
like a Bitcoin. Yeah, it's like buying Bitcoin.
That is like buying Bitcoin. That is a fucking crazy, dude. Oh my god.
Same with Nvidia, right?
Oh, Nvidia was. Yeah, I remember looking at Nvidia like in 2019, and the shares were like fucking $50, $60. Now it's like, what the fuck's in Nvidia share? Right now it's at $158.
Yeah.
fucking crazy. But yeah. And last piece of news that I have, very important piece of news for all the people out there that are democratizers. Helldivers 2 is coming to the Xbox.
Yay!
That's right.
We finally got a PlayStation game. Wait a minute. That's not a PlayStation game, right? It was just published by PlayStation.
Yeah. So here we go. It's coming on August 26th for the Xbox Series X and S. So yeah, I guess PlayStation gets Gears of War, Xbox gets Helldivers. Because that's the day that Gears of War releases on PlayStation 2. So Gears of War releases on the PlayStation on 26th of August, and Helldivers releases on the Xbox on the 26th of August. So there's that.
Yeah. I'm looking here. Let's see here. I thought I saw something for Death Stranding 2 coming over. Because, we don't know when it's actually coming to Xbox. It will come to Xbox. We just don't know the actual.
Yeah, it will. Because the last one did. Right. So, yeah, I don't know. Also, the last piece of news that I have for everyone is Prime Day. Prime Day begins tomorrow, Gunny.
Oh yeah, I saw that coming up. Right. You got the earbuds, man, for like 16. Get some Apple earbuds for on the cheap.
Yeah, everything's fucking like 20 to 50% off, 60% off. So if you are looking to buy some shit for your house, a new Alexa or some shit, go to Prime. They have really crazy deals on the Alexa shit on Prime Day. They have like buy one Alexa, get two for free or some shit.
I unhooked mine. I had my Alexa. I had the big one.
Like, what the fuck? Why do you need that many Alexas? I don't know. Get a family pack of Alexas. You get 10 of these motherfuckers for $50.
Yeah.
We don't care. What I do need, what I'm gonna buy though for sure is one of those Ring cameras for the door.
Yeah. I got
we've had a couple packages stolen from our fucking door,
porch
man.
Pirates.
Yeah, bro. No, we live in our floor. There's 4 apartments. 4 apartments. That's it. And we're on the 3rd floor. So we're thinking it had to be one of the neighbors that took this shit. Like, who the fuck else is walking around our apartment complex and decides, I want to walk around this apartment complex and go to the 3rd floor to check if people have Amazon packages? Who the fuck does that? No one. I can see if maybe we were on the first. If we were.
Yep.
If we were on the 1st floor, maybe, right? Like the 1st floor, I could see like, oh, okay, someone walked by the 1st floor and they stole the package. Yeah, I could see that. But you're on the 3rd floor, how to be one of these bitch-ass neighbors that stole our shit? It was probably the neighbor next door that got kicked out, honestly. They were dickheads. Dude was always beating his girlfriend. And like, I swear to God, the maintenance people made repairs on that fucking apartment for like a whole month and a half to 2 months after they moved out. They repaired everything in that motherfucker. They took out the bathtub. They took out everything. Dude, they took out the bathtub and shit.
What?
Took out all the cabinets. They took everything out of that motherfucker. Like, they replaced everything in that apartment. I'm like, they must have really tore that fucking place apart, dude. But he was beating his girlfriend like every day.
Was he just a druggie or just mentally?
No idea. All I know is our kid didn't want to sleep in her bedroom because she was like, I hear them fighting all the time. Like the girl be screaming and shit, help, help.
Oh,
and she's like, I don't know what to do.
Apartment life.
I was like, what do you do in that situation? Like, do you call the cops? Do you not get involved? Do you, like, what do you do? You know, as a kid, you're like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, you don't want to be that shitty ass neighbor that keeps calling the cops. Then they target you.
Then they start targeting you for shit. You know, so we kind of just left. Like, they got kicked out on their own, I think, because they didn't pay their rent or some shit. But fuck, dude. It was like they legit were repairing that apartment for like 2 months.
Damn.
And ever since they left, I haven't had another Amazon package stolen.
Yep, that's probably who it
But
was.
I'm like,
yep. Some loser.
I still want the Ring camera just in case. I don't know. I don't. Because the other day, my girlfriend said someone walked into our apartment. And like, she said she was in the kitchen and some kid opened our door. And he was like, "Oh shit, wrong apartment." And we're like, "What?" She was like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Who the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?"
Like,
was
a kid, not a
deranged person. Yeah, like a crazy fucker that opened the door, right? Because I was in the shower, I didn't even hear it. I was taking a shower at the moment. I would have came out, see some crazy shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh man, it would have been crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah. Anyways, we don't. It's not like we live in a bad neighborhood. We actually live in a pretty like nice neighborhood over here. Like it's not ghetto at all, Cuddy. Just so you know, all right. We don't live in the hood. This is pretty nice over here. But yeah, it's kind of weird that like that kind of shit happens still over here.
Hey, I lived in a really nice neighborhood, and every so often a car would get broken into, a couple packages stolen.
Yeah.
Like it would happen. Like it was not like every week or anything. So, and the wife was the apartment manager. So then she knew, like, because the tenants would tell her, like, "Oh, I had my package stolen," or whatever, every so often. Like, yeah. We never had anything like that happen. So we didn't get them all the well, it did seem kind of regular towards the end. So it's weird. Okay, so real quick. So then up here in this housing community, right? There's like 5 away. We're talking about like a gated community. It's funny because the wife said she sees like the Amazon Prime vans, FedEx. So then the USPS, right? They go to these designated spots, right? And that's where your mail goes. And so, for example, like if you do have like small Amazon packages, it's weird. Like, it'll say like, yeah, it's shipped, right? But it's not like if you lived in a house or apartment, like, like, because they take the picture, right? Boom, it's arrived, right? This is your front door or some bullshit. So you get the Alexa notification, but not where I live. So what happens is they give it to the USPS, and then the USPS it's weird. Like it could be a large or a small one. And so what they do is they're supposed to put a key in your mailbox, and then you take that the other box. It's kind of, yeah. It's one of those weird deals. So yeah. And then like the wife always has to go into town to get the shit. The wife's like, "What the fuck? You can't put that in the box or whatever. Like put the key in there." Sometimes they're just lazy, I guess. Yeah, even I think UPS just leaves the shit on your driveway and it rolls down all the houses. Hey, at least FedEx, I think they bring that shit to your door, So different place, living in a different place here. But anyway, Jesus, we got a couple questions from the guys over at Video Game Happy Hour. Mr. Crafty says, how many hot dogs can you eat during a baseball game? I actually listened to his podcast this morning, and yeah, they were talking about eating hot dogs. Him and City Clicker, and
during a baseball game.
Yeah,
9 innings.
Yep,
I'd say two.
Yeah, because City Clicker wants to know, can you do the nine inning challenge? I assume what that is that like a one dog every inning or what?
I would assume so, right?
Yeah.
9 hot. That's a lot, dude. Nine hot dogs, like 9.
How big are they?
Long,
I wonder.
We're talking the foot long or like normal 8-inch size hot dog.
Yeah, if it's a normal one, I can get, like, what's a pack? What, 10, 12 comes in a pack of the normal hot dogs?
8.
Oh, but
8 come in a pack, no?
Okay, but I guess if you are at the 10? If you're at the baseball game, they're actually larger, right? So they are like the
Yeah, they're like the foot long.
Yeah. What am I thinking? I'm thinking like the shit ballpark you pick up at the grocery store, but
no, like usually at either at baseball stadiums, they're usually like either the foot long or they're the jumbo size, like super thick ones.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
If you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
I guess. Okay. Here's the real. I have to like dissect this one, Crafty and City Clicker, because I'm like, wait, are we talking about with the bun and
I could do like
and pickles and relish,
or are we talking just like a hot dog plain with like mustard? Like that, I could probably do like 4. Like if I'm really hungry, I haven't ate all day, and my stomach is burning, kind of like it is right now on the show, because I haven't ate for a while. I could probably do like 4.
I was thinking similar. I was thinking, yeah, if I'm really hungry or whatever.
But if I'm drinking like beer and shit, or like drinking some soda with it, then I'm gonna have to do like 3 max. I'm talking like I have to.
Could you force it, Jesus? Could you force it to 5? Because that's where I'm going. I'm going to 5.
Fuck. With like a soda and everything? Oh man, like that would be like.
Yeah, you gotta have a soda or a beer with it.
Okay, so I'm drinking the soda with this, and if it's the whole game, I maybe could do. It'd have to be like 1, 2 in the beginning, first inning or second inning. Get another one by like the 5th or 6th inning, and then get my last one on like the last inning, like the top of the 9th inning. Jesus is going up to get another hot dog. Yeah,
I mean, there's a rain delay in the 4th inning, and then right,
we gotta
digest a little bit, you know. Yeah,
you got a rain delay. Okay, that adds I could do that, but I mean, like 5 is a lot, dude. I like 2, 3 is a lot. 4 is a lot. I feel like
because I'm thinking they're probably not thinking about like just by itself. It's got to have the bun at least. Right, like you're not just digesting the
You're not just the fucking like if I'm just eating if I'm just eating fucking meat, like just eating the hot dog, like I could probably eat 5 of those pretty good. Like but if I'm eating the fucking bread with it and drinking something with it, oh no, you're doing at least. I'm doing 4, maybe 5. I could maybe stretch it to 5.
Yeah,
I'd be so full though. But that 5th one is gonna be a hard one to eat. They're like, oh fuck, I gotta take my time with this one.
Damn,
feel my stomach rumbling. Oh man,
if I ever got to 9, man, you'd be rolling me out of there on a stretcher.
Yeah, I wouldn't get the fuck out of my seat. I'd be like,
right.
I have a heart attack right here. I'm having a heart attack right now. I'm gonna die at this baseball park.
Yeah. I'd probably high blood pressure would kick in on me.
High blood pressure.
You'd be calling 911. Yeah, Johnny's not
like
breathing.
Apple Watch is calling 911 for you. Heart attack detected. We're calling 911 right now. EMS is on its way. Oh shit.
Damn.
But I would say 4. I could do 4. I could do 4 comfortably. Like I could eat 4 and be like, okay, I'm good. Good. Like no more food the rest of the day. I'm good.
Yeah. I'd go with 5. I'd go with 5. I'm one up.
If I'm eating 5, I'm gonna be so full, dude. And like especially
if you're eating 8, right? You gotta get to 9, but I think really pushing it. I'm just thinking about it.
Especially
a lot.
If you're eating, even if you're eating like other shit with it, like chips or fries or anything with it, like fuck, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, because I already know, like I'm not just gonna consume it. I'm gonna have. Oh well, I gotta have at least the mustard or the relish. Like, give me the one or the other if that's
one
the
of
only
two,
options.
All right, Gurney, how many chili dogs do you think you could eat in a
gosh.
baseball game?
Man, God, probably. I mean, they're fairly.
I'd say 3 or 4. I could push it to 4 even.
They're pretty filling.
I could do 3 maybe.
Chili dogs are very filling, right? But the ballpark ones, I'm gonna go 2. So you beat me on that one. I'm gonna say 2. You ever eat a chili dog 3, and you think, oh, that was that filling or whatever, and then you realize, like, whatever, 5 minutes later, you're like, oh gosh, that is so filling with all the beans thing, and onions. If you put onions on it, Damn, now I want a chili dog.
I kind of want a chili dog too.
Hey, do you ever put I like putting Tapatio sauce in my chili dog. I don't know about.
Oh fuck yeah! Hell yeah! Hot sauce is the shit, bro. I'll tell you what. The other day, Gunny, I had this like Korean. It's called like I don't know. It was white rice with like Korean spicy chicken, and it's like I don't know where I found this place. I was trying to find teriyaki chicken, right? But I found this spicy Korean chicken on DoorDash.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. We had one in my town.
Oh my god, dude, that shit was the spiciest motherfucking thing I've ever ate in my life. Ever ate in my. I had tears coming down my face as I'm eating this shit, but I couldn't stop eating it. I was like, no, I'm dedicated to eating this shit. I'm going to eat it. I paid like I don't know, I paid like $17 for this shit because I DoorDashed it. I'm going to eat this, Gunny, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude. I had tears coming down my face. Like legit like tears like just rolling down my face because it was so hot, dude. I told my girlfriend like I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die right now. She's like, well, stop eating it. I'm like, I can't stop eating it. I need to finish this. I paid $17 for this shit. I'm gonna finish this goddamn fucking plate of rice and chicken. All right, I'm gonna finish it. It was hot as fuck.
Hey, was it called Bonchon?
I don't know what it was called, but it was hot as fuck. I've never had. I mean, I'm Hispanic, dude, and I've had some spicy shit in my life. But this shit is like some Asian level spicy shit. This is like some hardcore shit, like some fucking like I'm gonna like clear out all your sinuses and your ass is gonna pay later, and you're gonna get like 5 hemorrhoids from this.
That is like some smack your mama in the face kind of stuff.
Yeah, like you're gonna get 5 hemorrhoids from shitting this out because it's gonna hurt so bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get some witch hazel and a bidet to clean yourself up after this one because it's bad, bro. Like, oh my god, I was crying. And then like a few days later, my girlfriend wanted food. She wanted to go to the park to eat. And my bright idea was like, I want to have that spicy chicken again. So we go get it, right? we go to the fucking park, right? We're eating at the park. We're at a table. We're eating. And a little bird comes up to me, right? A little bird comes up, begging for food, right? And I'm like, here you go, little birdie. I throw a piece of chicken at that. That motherfucker flew so fast to the water and came back. He was pissed off. I was like, this motherfucker's going to tell everyone.
You're trying to kill me, Jesus. Trying to kill me with that spicy shit.
But that motherfucker ate it. He ate that piece of chicken quick. Whoa. And I'm like, God damn, like he ate that whole thing.
He probably shit all over the place when he left. Yeah.
He flew to that water because there was like a little lake pond thing right there where all the geese and shit are. He fucking flew over there so fucking quick. And my girlfriend was laughing. She's like, oh, he's back. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, where was he? She's like, oh, I saw him fly towards the water. As soon as he ate that chicken, that's the first thing he did. We flew over the water. I'm like, he probably went over there and fucking drank all the water up to try to cool his mouth down. Poor bird.
Yeah.
And then I tried to give him another piece. I threw like another piece of like, I think I threw like a piece of an egg roll or something at him, and he wouldn't eat it. I don't think he trusted me anymore.
No, he was like, that shit
fuck
hurt,
you,
bro. He's like, no.
He's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you, dickhead. I'm not eating this shit you throw at me, you asshole. I was like, oh fuck, poor bird.
You know, you ever tried the
fall over and die?
You ever tried the Dave's Hot Chicken?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so I don't think that they actually pay attention. Like, I don't care if they're busy or not busy. Every time I've gone in there, I'm like, yeah, just give me the spicy. Isn't there like 6 or 7 different, right? Difficulty levels, I'll call
it.
Yeah. Let's just say there's 5 or I think there's 6. So there's like baby mode, and then there's regular, which is no spice or whatever, and then there's medium, and the list kind of, and then it goes whatever. So I usually just say, give me the hot, right? Give me the hot, the spicy. So not the hottest. This is not 5 alarms or anything. And I swear I've sat there with the wife and kid, or we take it home, and like, oh my god, it's spicy, it's good, right? Like, it's not like, oh gosh, I'm guzzling down water or anything. But damn, Jesus, I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast before, but this happened a while ago. And me and the wife, like, oh, we're gonna eat here, right? So I'm like, yeah, give me the spicy. She got the normal or what have you. Maybe it was the medium. And then, man, I was on fire, Jesus, like, and shit. And I thought, like, oh my God, like my mouth was just fucking burning like crazy. But I liked the Dave's, right? So then what I did, Jesus, I thought it would be a great idea to, like, okay, I'll take the other half home because I feel like it's a lot of food.
Yeah.
So then we took it home, and I think later that day, like I scraped off some of the, and I'm like, all right, this will be okay, you know. And I was like, fuck, like I still ate it, and it was like just like I just got punched in the mouth, you know. And man, I really paid for it the next day, you know. Like it was just, oh man, like I shouldn't. They gave me the fucking super spicy is what they gave me, you know. So.
Yeah, I said I've never had anything spicier than that Korean fucking shit. I've had some. I went to a place like that. It wasn't Dave's Hot Chicken, but it was like another chicken place. I think it was like a locally owned place here in Oregon. And I went. I was actually on a date with someone, and it was a few years ago. Oh, probably more than a few years ago at this point, like 4 years ago now. Anyways, and. We go to this place, right? And like the guy's like, okay, he's like, we got 2 flavors. You want like mild or spicy? And I'm like, well, like, I'm thinking in my head, well, what's the difference? You know? And he's like, well, spicy. He's like, spicy is pretty hot, and mild is kind of like hot, but not really. And I'm like, and the chick opted for mild. I opted for spicy, and I regretted that choice so bad.
You know what you say? God, like dude. It's pretty hot. Like what is pretty hot? Like to me, it sounds like it's like medium, right? The way you say it and the pitch of your volume, like like it's not gonna. Yeah, you're gonna die.
He made it seem like oh, like if you can handle Tapatio and shit and like Tabasco and. You're fine. Right. No, motherfucker. No. This shit was like I'm gonna fucking rip your tongue out of your head, make it feel numb, and you're not gonna feel shit in your mouth after you eat this. You won't taste nothing else because your tongue will be so numb from eating this fucking spicy shit. And that's what this was, dude. I was sitting there like same situation as the Korean shit. I'm sitting there eating this first bite. I'm like, okay. She's like, how is it? I'm like, pretty good. You know, pretty good chicken sandwich. I keep eating it. Halfway through this motherfucker, dude, I start feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
My tongue literally went like numb. I'm like,
yeah.
She's like, why are your eyes so watery? I'm like, because this shit is hot as fuck. I don't think I finished it. That's how hot it was. I'm like, this is too fucking hot. I cannot finish this sandwich. It was... even though I had paid for it, right? I'm like, I paid. My philosophy is if I pay for something, I want to finish it. I don't give a fuck how much they could serve me like a 5-course meal. If I know that's what I'm fucking ordering and my stupid ass paid for it and I paid for this fucking meal, I will try to eat as much as I can out of that meal. That is my philosophy. I try to not leave food on the table. And God damn, dude, that sandwich though, man. Oh my God. I had tears coming down my face. Fucking had to go get extra napkins to wipe the tears out of my fucking face. It was that fucking hot, dude. And you know, like I'm a person that enjoys spicy food. But like when I'm fucking crying, it's hot, dude. Like it's hot. Like my eyes will start watering. Fucking nose is all fucking. I'm gonna fucking sniffling and shit.
Like go to Mexican parties, and you know how like when the madres when they make the like what am I thinking of? It's like the oil, right? The oil, that picoso, like it's so like it's like they reduced it down to like a tar almost, right? Like the black.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like, and I'll even take like a little bit of that stuff, and it's like the chili pepper extra, whatever. But that's homemade shit, dude. If you do not ever like eat that stuff the next day, fucking die.
No.
Like even just fresh, man. Like they made it that morning. Like orale. Like you're just like, man, that just like, I can't do it. Like, yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah. I thought I ate spicy food, but I've met people, man, that have eaten spicier food than me, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you do this. I knew this one girl.
Yeah, it's nuts.
She would eat like what I thought was hot. She was like, "This isn't hot." I'm like, "The fuck." And like one time we went to a Mexican restaurant, and she's like, "Do you guys have hot sauce?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's right here." And she's like, "No, that's not hot enough." And they're like, "Oh." They're like, "Hold up, you want some hotter than this?" And they're like, "We'll be back." And they fucking went to the back and they brought out like some fucking chili oil, Gunny. Like it was like
oil.
fucking
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm thinking
like
of.
fucking oil, bro. It was like oil, like legit, like just oil of chili peppers or some shit. It was like crushed chili peppers that were turned into fucking oil.
Yep.
That have been sitting there for 5 years or some shit. That like it's like impossibly hot, and she was just putting this shit on her food like nothing. I'm like, I tried a little bit of it. I'm like, dude, I can't feel my my tongue. Like my tongue went numb after I took a bite of this shit. I'm like, how the fuck are you enjoying this? She's like, I don't know. I like it. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no fucking way. We're doing that. I was like, nope. I was like, oh my god, no fucking. I'm like, nope, thank you, nope. It's too fucking hot.
There's
too fucking
there's
hot.
like a I don't watch too many food challenge people, but there is one in YouTube. I'll send it to you, Jesus. I forgot his name. I think he lives in Thailand. I and with his girlfriend out there, but yeah, he does some pretty hot challenges. Those are just kind of watch where he's like, oh, I can't see, my tongue's numb, and yeah, and then they'll do this thing where you can't have any water for the first fucking ingest all these. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Other than that, that's your video games and spicy food challenge. Yeah. So we'll have to do that. We'll have to get some hot dogs and yeah. Throw some chili oil on it. See how that goes. Next level shit right there.
Oh, so the 9-inning challenge, Gunny, is you got to drink 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 9 innings. That's a lot of beer. That's a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah. I guess a regular, regular size beer. Yeah. I could do it. 9 innings. Yeah. Okay, but just the hot dog. Don't add the bread. So.
No, you're adding everything, the whole thing, honey.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot. I'd have to like. You know how much?
Be hungry. You know how much money that would be? 9 hot dogs and 9 beers at a baseball game. You're spending a lot of money, bro.
Especially if you're in California at probably like the Giant Stadium, and it's
fucking $15 beer, $15 hot dog. Multiply that by 9. You're fucking spending a lot of fucking money. $300 fucking dollars on beer and hot dogs for 9 fucking innings.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Anyways, where can people find you, Gunny?
Go find me, Gunny Chief, over on the Xboxes and the Steams. But really, I'm over there on the PlayStation. HGP_Gunny. Because that was just the name I came up with it because I lost my account like a few years ago. So I think when I got that PlayStation, well, I didn't lose it. I just I didn't know I could eat. Like it was an old Comcast email or whatever. I lost. So yeah, I had to start a new profile. It
happens.
But yeah, go find me and then go find the Mayo as the Mayo or the Mayo 1. He's out there, recovering from whatever the hell he's doing out there tonight over in Ohio.
Yeah. And yeah, find me on everything that's Jesus Walks Lot. And like I said, find Gunny HGP_Gunny on PlayStation. Find me, Jesus Walks Lot, on PlayStation. Jesus Walks Lot on Xbox. Jesus Walks Lot on Steam. Jesus Walks Lot on everything, really, really, everything. Find me as Jesus Walks Lot. And yeah, I'll be playing some more Death Stranding 2 this week, of course. And we'll see what else I can get into. I don't know. Maybe I'll find something in the Steam sale. I still haven't found anything in the Steam sale that interests me, but maybe I'll find something. I'll keep looking. And yeah, enjoy Prime Week, everyone. Prime deals are here. Woo!
Yeah, we got a big Prime order coming in tomorrow, so come on and bring it on. I didn't order it this time. It's all for the house stuff.
Yeah, I'm ordering, like I said, the Ring camera. I don't know what else I'm gonna order.
You can either get Ring, which is, and then there's smaller ones. Jesus, it's Blink. They're a little less noticeable, I think, the Blink cameras than but
the Ring ones.
But the Ring camera has the big giant batteries to them, so they'll last a long time. Yep, before you even have to change it.
Yeah. I think the Ring or the Blink has like a 2-year battery in it. Like you replace them every 2 years. They come with AA's or whatever.
Yeah, but I guess what I mean is charging it. Like literally, you don't have to charge that thing.
Well, you don't charge it. You just replace the AA's in it or whatever.
Yeah, depends on how many times people are walking back and forth. So yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're out of here. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. And stay safe. We love you all. And to all the people in Texas, I hope you all are safe. I hope that, you weren't caught in the floods.
Yeah, 100 people. Man, it's terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully everything works out for everyone out there. Anyways, we love you all. Take care. Be safe. And we will see you all next week. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.